The NFL is back. Adventure of Indiana Jones begins. Kansas City is last in the AFC West. Cincy playing terrible in week one continues, but they end up victorious in week one. All the primetime games were must-watch television. Tonight, we will react and overreact to everything week one, like all fans do, plus debate claims made in the process. Also, we'll give our week two outlook. Not Your Average Joe's Top 5 is back. Locks and Dogs will be later. And make sure you stick around here on the People's Debate.
First off, thank God, praise the Lord, that we can talk about it. Let's talk about it. Come on, let's see what you say. It's the People's Debate. Sports mailman Joe with the news. White T Cody opposing views. Sheriff West got picks for you. Milton is the glue. But your thoughts make this click. Opinion, raise questions. What you got to say, quick give. It's the People's Debate. It's the People's Debate.
Are we on the air?
People. Today, Wednesday, September 10th, about 7:48. We are the People's Debate. Tonight, of course, we talk football. And yes, we are live. Fellas, thank y'all for being here. Everybody that's here now, appreciate you. If you came to this video, please make sure you like the dang video, you subscribe to our channel, and you stick around. We want to hear whatever you got to say. We want to hear your take, your opinion. Stick around because it's going to get hot and spicy. Week one football is in the books. We're looking forward to week two. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Fellas, again, thank y'all for being here. How are y'all doing?
Shoot, I'm doing really well, man. Shout out to Mrs. Sports Mailman. It's her birthday tomorrow. So luckily she said you can do it tonight, even though it's my birthday tomorrow. So have at it, fellas.
Well, happy early birthday to Joe the Sports Mailman. Everybody in the comments right now should say happy freaking birthday.
You have to sing to him.
No, to Mrs. Sports Mailman.
Oh, to Mrs. Sports Mailman, Mrs. Cadena, Erica. Yeah. All right. Shout out to Erica. Huh?
So are you sacrificing Thursday Night Football to be here tonight?
Well, good thing I have Prime Video, so I'll have it on my phone. And then, unfortunately, we'll be at my in-laws tomorrow. So my father-in-law will put the game on for me. He'll look out for me tomorrow.
W fam.
Before all you guys say how y'all doing, I didn't get to introduce y'all. Of course, we got Joe the Sports Mailman here. Good to see you, brother. We got White T Cody in the building. Always faithful, White T Cody. Thank you for being here, bro. And the creator and host of the Puda Pinche Sports, not Exit 7, a.k.a. Mr. Jose. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, fellas? What is going on?
Right. Oh, Cody, how you doing, dude?
I'm pretty turned up. As y'all know, this last week I was at the game, so I had a blast. So my week is fun regardless. I didn't had a great week.
Yeah, no, I'm just glad you didn't run the field, Cody. I was wondering after that game we were going to see you run on the field or something.
Tempting.
Tell me how. Of course. tell me how that experience was, Cody, because your team, week one, everything. Just tell me how it was. I couldn't even imagine.
Well, thankfully, I'm not like a sore loser fan. So regardless if the Texans won or not, I had a great experience and going to a new stadium and that whole, just filling it out and all that. As you know, you go to different stadiums. It's a whole different feeling in each one. So I just got to enjoy the experience. There was actually a lot more Texan fans there than I would have thought.
Right on. Jalen, I want to give you a proper introduction, brother. All right. You don't just press add to, oh, let me guess. Jose did that. Damn it, Jose. Let's give him a proper introduction. All right. The man, the myth, the legend, the guy, man by many names. That's been here a while. He's back. Let's give him a proper introduction here.
No, he's not popping up.
We got Jalen. There he is. There he
You
is.
hear that one, Jalen?
I couldn't hear it. I don't know what y'all are doing. I was just backstage just chilling. I don't know.
It's
Well-
playing the Eagles anthem for you right now.
Play the Eagles anthem for you. Just
Well,
get it,
maybe when I
Jalen.
Maybe when I watch it back, I can.
You'll hear it.
I didn't even hear that. Well, maybe my ears don't want to hear that anyway.
That's probably true. That's actually probably
So
true.
what they did
yeah.
to you on Thursday, I wouldn't want to hear that either.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. Jalen,
I'm here for the smoke.
you're back. You're back. It's good to
Yeah.
see you. How are
Yeah.
you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Again, like we've kind of talked about off the live, but now on the live. You know, life been lifing, but again, we continue to succeed and we continue to grow and we continue to move on, and that's all we're doing here. I'm glad to be back here with my family. I haven't seen you boys in a while. You know, parts have been moving, but you know the puzzle's complete now, so we're here. So let's keep going. I don't know how I just made that up, but I'm gonna use that from now on.
It's a
Hey.
bar. Come on.
Hey, snaps.
That was crazy.
Wildin'.
That was crazy what I just
All
said.
right.
I didn't even rehearse that.
Let's say
Now it's Poet West now.
very good. Very good. Very good. All right. Well, hey Cody, whenever I played the Eagles song, did you hear it?
Unfortunately,
Okay. Maybe it's I wonder what it is. Huh.
I don't know.
But good. Unfortunately, it's fair. Okay, right on.
Let me rewind back the video real quick. Y'all keep talking. I'm a hear.
Gotcha. So let us get into it, guys. Again, it's NFL football. Week 1 is in the books. We've been looking forward to this moment all of our lives since we were out the womb. If you ask me, that's what it is. Now, of course, again, Joe the Sports Mailman is back. We're going to go ahead and get right in to the news. Let me make sure I do you justice there, though, brother. Oh, come on. Not me, dude. Get out of here.
YouTube heard everything.
every time.
I don't know.
Now, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Joe, the Sports Mailman, back again to deliver some Week 1 news from this past week. So I don't know if y'all ready to start off, but unfortunately, there's already some problems going down in San Francisco land. Unfortunately, George Kittle, he was balling the first quarter, and then unfortunately his hamstring said, "You know what, bro? Let's keep you with that Little Caesars money, and let's just keep you on the sidelines for the next couple of weeks." So he'll be on the IR with the hamstring injury for the next 4 weeks. So that's going to be brutal for their offense. And also, you can't mention this guy without this other guy. Brock Purdy's likely going to be missing at least 2 weeks for week 2 and week 3. I'm just reading it earlier. I was seeing he was just likely going to miss week 2, but there's possibility he can miss weeks now with the toe injury and his shoulder injury. So it's not looking good early in San Francisco.
My predictions are failing me already. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm like, at least they're able to win week 1. So hopefully, if he just misses the next week, I feel like Mac Jones should be able to beat the New Orleans Saints this upcoming week.
Well, Kyler Murray barely beat him, so I hope
I'm just
so.
saying.
Maybe
I'm
Yeah,
like
but-
a healthy CMC, if he's healthy against the Saints defense,
Hey,
I think
and-
he should be all right.
And Kyler had his weapons. What does Mac Jones have?
First, Brock was going to be out of his weapons, and we saw that he could do something. Now
Yeah.
Mac has no weapons. Good luck.
Yeah, and then also, Milton, you were talking about this off air during our group chat during the Sunday games with the 49ers. Why does Jake Moody even have a job?
Yeah.
And he does not have a job anymore. the San Francisco 49ers released him earlier this week, and they signed veteran kicker Eddie Pinheiro, formerly of the Carolina Panthers. So hopefully, he can get it going in San Francisco, and they don't have any more kicking problems. Because it's crazy. Because when Jake Moody got drafted, he was automatic, and then just past couple games, past last season, I don't know what happened. Mechanics got in the way or what, but it's not the same anymore with Jake Moody.
He's probably really moody from getting that call, huh?
Yeah.
No? Anybody? All right.
The dad humor, I love it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I need a wait. Actually, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
No, but moving on. So as we all saw, the first game of the season, Jalen Carter, I don't know what was going on in his mind, decided to spit on Dak Prescott, and he only got fined $57,000, so he will not be suspended for the heavily big time game that's going to be this Sunday for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that Super Bowl rematch, he will be there in Kansas City land. So hopefully he kind of gets himself in gear and decides, you know what, I ain't touching nobody, ain't looking at nobody now.
Well, with Jalen Carter, I think dodged a bullet. I think it could have been way worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead.
Yeah.
What is going on?
To me, I just felt like something like that happens, the guy has to get suspended. To me, it's just crazy that didn't get suspended for at least one game. So now it's going to be like if another guy were to suspend on somebody, well, you didn't suspend Jalen Carter, so I can go ahead and do it too.
Well, they clarified that because it was before any snaps, that one game suspension is the first game of the week. That is serving his suspension.
Can I say something about this? Or
Of course.
Can I say something? Joe, shut up. Okay, shut up, Joe. You're acting like a typical. You got your one game suspension. You got fined $60,000. What more else do you?
Bro, they can find that $60,000 in the couch. He
wants it in blood. He wants it in blood. That's what it is.
Here's my thing, right? This is the first time, and all of us, I would say ideally, are around the same age. We've never seen nobody spit on another player before. We've never seen that. So for this to be the first incident ever, and you want a 3-game suspension is nuts.
No, I said it. I said a game. I didn't say no 3 games.
That was Cody.
Joe, did he play a snap on Thursday?
That was
bro,
me.
But what in your right mind is like he's talking to his lineman and he's spitting on the floor, and I'm like, if he spit it at Jalen Carter, the lineman would have got spat on before.
Wait. Did you say Dak was talking to his lineman?
Yeah.
He was looking straight at Jalen Carter.
All right, Now let's be honest here.
Don't you lie.
He was talking to the lineman, and then Jalen Carter.
Because Jalen Carter was trying to talk mess to Tyler Booker to get in his head because he's a rookie.
And so what did Dak do after that?
Dak looked at him like, "Who are you talking to? Like, what's going on?"
And
so
then
they're giving eye contact, and he's spitting on the floor like we're talking.
He spit towards him. He spit towards him. Don't get those words.
And then he smiled. That cheesy ass smile.
Exactly.
Came
so
out.
let's put all of this in perspective. He spit on the floor. He didn't spit on Jalen Carter. I understand, but he spit on the floor. What does that typically mean? It's like, dude, that's how much respect I got for you. Jalen Carter put it up a notch. Don't get me wrong.
He's supposed to spit in his rag?
He didn't have to spit. He doesn't have to spit. That's the point. He was doing it as a disrespectful gesture to Jalen Carter for doing what he did.
No, that's a reach. That's a reach right there.
Did you see Dak Prescott's face right after he did that?
You
should know Dak Prescott spits like 100 times a game.
No, they all do. No. They all do.
Man.
They all spit. Like all NFL players spit. That's not the thing. But he spit directly at Jalen Carter to disrespect him, to serve some shit. Because
he was in the circle. Then he went out and talked to him.
Even if he spit on the ground, though, that's okay. Oh well. I mean, you didn't make contact at all. So
that's what I'm saying.
Someone's feet, you're not doing it respectfully.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. That's my whole thing, guys. All right, so let's not pretend that I couldn't hold the spit in. I'm a spit in.
Okay, y'all can't prove that Dak was doing it disrespectfully. That
we
is
have 4K cameras.
But we can't prove
it. But he was in the huddle. He was in the huddle whenever it was happening. He's spitting. Then he came to say, "Hey, what's up,
brother?"
He wasn't spitting anymore.
He was in the middle of the huddle. Then he walks towards his 2 linemen who block his way, so that way they don't try to start a fight. He goes and spits past them purposely because he's talking shit to Jalen Carter.
Yep.
It's
Look,
fine.
so-
It's football. Let's go. I want to see rivalries. I
No, but
wanna see
that's
scrimmage.
like
It's
if
football. Let's
he's
not
the
lie about it.
leader. No, if he's the leader, he's the captain. He's sticking up for his troops. So I'm
Cool.
glad
I
he
get
stuck
that.
up for Tyler.
I get
Because
that.
Tyler, I was worried about how Tyler was going to be in that game. That was a guy you draft him in place
If
for
Jalen
Zach
Carter
Martin.
had played, it would have been a lot worse. You're right.
But like that's the thing, we don't know. Like luckily, I'm like he got his confidence, but he was sticking up for Booker because if you saw before, I saw other tapes that before they're getting on the field, Jalen Carter's just like yelling at Tyler Booker before the game even starts.
Rivalry.
I
Let's
right.
have fun.
I get all that. I get it. But let's just say that Dak did a disrespectful gesture,
Yes.
and then Jalen Carter upped that,
Made
and
it
did
even
something
worse. Yes.
wildly more disrespectful.
Yep.
And it is what it is.
I bet
actually
you-
like that Dak did that. It was freaking
I
hilarious.
bet you 100% if they never caught Dak being the first one to spit at Jalen's feet, he would have been suspended in the Chiefs game. But they said, you know what, you were antagonized, so we'll give it. We'll say F it. So it's
Well,
fine.
I'm like, it might be too
Fuck
because they
that.
know it's Kansas City Super Bowl rematch, so they're like, you know
Who
what,
cares?
we gotta have everything going.
Milton, to my point of all of this, you see the two that are trying to go. It's the two biggest Eagles hater in the groups, right? Cody and Joe, right? It's the two biggest Eagles haters that are trying to blow this thing up more than what it needs. Bro, he's
No,
been
I
suspended.
was just
No, stop. I let you talk.
Let him go. Let him
He's
go.
been suspended for a game already and fined $60,000. What more else do you want? Again, first time incident that we've all ever seen before. Now, if it happens again, I agree with a multiple game suspension. First time ever, bro. Come on, let's stop this, bro. Let's stop.
But it's not the first time he's done crazy stuff, though.
First time anybody spit on anybody. And got
No, I'm talking about Jalen Carter being like doing crazy stuff in
Oh my
games.
god.
Are you saying though, if any other
Didn't mean to
player in the
control it.
NFL spits a game,
Yeah,
you want to
please,
see multiple
please.
games?
Bro, there's literally a ladder for these kind of things. It's like the first time somebody does something, okay, we'll punish them, but then okay, y'all gotta learn from this punishment, and if you don't, okay, then it has to get more serious at that point in time. This is the first time ever again we've ever seen something like this, and so this is the base of it. But let's just say if somebody spits on somebody else, it's going to be more crucial, which I agree with.
It's going to be worse.
You cannot.
He got a full game check charge, and he got a full game. That's it. Like
You
good.
cannot throw the
It's
house
good.
on somebody. You can't throw the house on somebody for a first time incident that we've all ever seen. You can't throw the house on him. Like that doesn't make sense.
Agreed. All right, let's move on.
That
That was good. That went longer than I thought.
Yeah, I wasn't going like when he was saying 3 games. I was like, nah, that's too extreme.
Fuck that. There would have been a dead Carter in the field.
Oh my
Hey,
god!
also
You leave
speaking of
Jalen
that,
Hatua Carter alone.
yeah, people were pretending like, oh, I don't know how Dak took that. What is Dak going to do to Jalen Carter? Let's just come on. Let's relax a little bit on how that's going to go.
You got to do something. Poke him in the eyes like Chris Paul or something.
Fair enough.
Bro, Travis Kelce got punched, and the dude who punched him didn't get kicked. So
Hey,
was
it
crazy.
wasn't a punch. It was open-handed.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I know. I'm with
Oh.
you. I'm just the boss
Okay.
rooting. The boss rooting.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, but moving on. So staying with the Philadelphia Eagles, Howie never sleeps, I guess. So the Jacksonville Jaguars decided to trade away Tank Bigsby over to the Philadelphia Eagles for his 5th and 6th round pick, which I was kind of surprised.
Yeah.
They did that with AJ Dillon and Will Shipley in fold.
Hey,
Well,
man.
Will Shipley's hurt, so
Yeah.
Now
That's
we know.
probably why
Highway
they did it.
robbery.
The Eagles just keep on
Just
being the
robbed
Eagles,
them.
huh? I'm getting tired of it.
look at the depth. It's Saquon, say quads. We got AJ Dillon, say quads, and now we got Tank Bigsby, say quads.
Yeah.
Poor little Will Shipley in IR, like, hi guys.
Yeah, no, it was crazy when I saw that because Travis Etienne decided to come out of his cocoon that he's been in the past couple of years, and I was just
Hey.
surprised because
Whoever
About
picked him up
time.
on fantasy, I think you're a genius. I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but yeah. Go ahead.
About time though. We've been waiting on this for like 2 years.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting what kind of role Tank has moving forward because I have seen some reports that they're trying to limit Saquon's usage rate earlier in the season, just so later in the season he'll be more stronger leading on to the playoffs. So I want to see how moving forward how he's going to look now.
Good.
All right.
Good enough for me, my fantasy team.
Yeah. So
His helmet gonna be spit shine clean.
Jalen Carter edition.
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah. So moving on to the team that the Philadelphia Eagles are actually going to play this upcoming week. Xavier Worthy got hurt this past Friday in Brazil with a shoulder injury, and it was looked like he was going to miss at least possibly the whole season or at least a couple weeks. And reports are coming out that he's not going to IR and he's not going to need shoulder surgery. So I guess they're going to do some Mr. Miyagi like stuff on his shoulder or something. I don't know what's going to happen, but he's still going to be playing. So let's see how that offense looked. Because Hollywood Brown started getting the share load of workload once he went down, and Travis Kelsey didn't play that good at all this past Friday. So it's going to be interesting to see how that offense looks moving forward.
As funny as it sounds and premature, they need Xavier Worthy on that offense right now. So
At least for the first 6 weeks, because Rashid Rice was serving his suspension for the first
Right.
6 weeks.
Good.
Yeah, and then moving on to the last bit of news, man. I don't know what goes on in the air in Jerry World, but Deron Bland is set to possibly miss the next couple of weeks with the apparent foot injury that happened in Monday practice. So he just gets paid, and boom, gets hurt. Crazy.
So
Yeah.
I got no reaction for that.
yeah, no
Yeah,
reaction.
I was upset reading that. I was like, man, they did pretty good against the Eagles wide
It
receivers.
sounds like everyone this offseason already. Rashawn Slater got paid. Boom, hurt. All of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So it's everybody.
If we take anything out of this, owners should not pay these guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like 9 times out of 10, somebody gets paid and boom, hurt.
You know what? No, Milton, you're wrong. It's not
Joke.
paying these guys. It's don't pay injury prone players.
Right. If
Deron
it's in
Bland
their
was already
history,
injury prone.
wait.
Yeah, it's
Right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was
Okay.
the last bit of news for this upcoming week. So that's the sports mail report of the week, guys.
Oh, well, I appreciate it, my brother. All right, let's get into it. Cody, Mr. YT Cody himself, we have a new segment on this beautiful show, and it's going to be YT Cody's controversial take from week 1. Next time, Jose, yeah, do the wording. But I like this. I just made it simple like this. YT Cody's controversial take from week 1. Cody, the floor is yours, man. Give us a controversial take. Give it 1 or 2. It's whatever you want.
1 or 2. Okay, so you have to spare me a little bit because I was a little limited this week due to being at the game.
Mhm.
But I think I fished out one out of the dust.
Good.
And that one is the Jets are going to be the second best team in the AFC East. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad, folks? The Jets are going to be the second best team in the AFC East.
What does this banner say? Week 1 overreactions. Thank you. That's all. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
right?
you.
Y'all
Thank you,
wanted week 1. You know how hard it is to come up with these in week 1.
Okay.
Oh, I have one. Then I don't know.
Nope. Well, real quick.
This
Thank
is
you.
Cody's
Thank-
controversy.
Thank you, Cody, for that controversial take, and we'll actually discuss that. Let us get into some storylines of week 1. Joe, if you want to go ahead with something, you could go ahead.
I don't know if you want me to say what I was saying in the group chat, that I still believe that the Baltimore Ravens are possibly the best team in football, even after that collapse at the end of the game.
Yeah, let's just hold that for our Not Travis Joe's top 5, because that's going to have to be that's a claim that's going to have to be defended, because I totally disagree with that. But how about this? Let's go to a couple of games and we'll kind of just go from there. So it's been a while, so I'll let Jalen take the lead on this one. So Washington commanded the Giants to take a knee in their win over the Giants pretty handily. I think it could have actually been worse. But with the Washington Commander and Giants game, Mr. Sheriff, Mr. Genie, Jalen West, what'd you get out of it, brother?
So here's my thing. First off, I got to say this. I apologize to any and every Commanders fan worldwide at this point because I picked the Giants to actually win that game. I was falsely amazed by the offseason moves that the Giants made. Watching it play out, they're still the same old Giants. Nothing changed. It's like we're still watching the same Giants from 2-3 years ago. Even bigger names came in: Abdul Carter, Russell Wilson. They drafted Jackson Dart. Potentially best front seven in the NFL. Yeah, none of that happened. I've never felt so embarrassed making a take in my life until I was watching that game. I was actually at work watching that game, and I was like, the Giants still suck. Abdul Carter closed out on JD5 like a basketball player.
Yeah.
Like hand up, shuffling the feet. I've never seen such a clear shot from a pass rusher, and he lets up like that. I've never seen it in my life. So my whole thing of this is, if you're hoping for a sophomore slump from JD5,
no,
you got to keep hoping because that ain't gonna happen. He looked the same exact and nothing different in that game. Very smooth, pocket presence on 10, and if he's smiling after every play, good or bad, he is smiling after every play, which is dangerous. That's a dangerous person. I'm still not sold on the Commanders' defense, if I'll be honest, but the Commanders offensively well versed in everything they did, from getting Zach Ertz involved, Debo getting involved. Now, Scary Terry didn't get off to the point where I would like him to, especially after he got paid that money.
Right,
but that's coming,
so.
right?
Right.
But that's coming. So, so my synopsis is the Giants still suck until further notice.
Okay.
And the Commanders did their thing, and again, I'm not picking against the Commanders till further notice.
Okay, real quick, we got a Commanders fan in the chat. Maria and David Valdez. I agree they were slow on offense this past game, but the defense was pretty good. And what Jalen just said, as far as you're not sold on the defense, me neither, because the lack of, the offensive line, Andrew Thomas was out. I wish I would have known that. I would have never even thought they had a chance of losing by 6.5 or whatever the line was. And the offensive line was terrible. The Russell Wilson, what he will do is not turn the ball over. So right. Cool. But there is literally no upside. There's no ceiling. There's nothing like that. There's a couple, again, beautiful go balls. But right now, like as of week 1, those go balls, those floaters weren't accurate. Everything targeting Malik Neighbors, which is the only bright spot on that offense right now.
Short or over.
That's it. None of them were accurate. And you could see the frustration at that point. So, yeah, speaking on this game, guys, do y'all have any other takeaways other than what?
I got 2 questions for y'all.
Please.
Did all y'all on the panel have the Giants winning?
No, none of us had us winning. We had them. Me and Jose thought about them
covering the 6.5.
Okay.
I thought they could cover because if you look at last year's games, both games ended in like 3 or 4 points.
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
So
okay, my second question is, y'all got to watch that game a little bit more. I think it was going on during my game. So what did y'all see out of the Giants D-line? Do y'all have any statistics or whatnot to back it up that makes y'all think that they're going to be as good as y'all were predicting or not?
Well, Brian Burns was looking good. He had 2 sacks. He had two sacks in the game. But everybody else on that line looked like if they were still in preseason mode. And JD5 looked crisp. His accuracy looked like he got better, and he looked like he got even more athletic out on the field. Like whenever he was able to break containment, he was able to run a lot. Even though he's a slender guy, which I always get kind of afraid when he runs with the ball. But the way he was looking out there looked fabulous.
Where's you got?
Bobby Okereke looked good. My thing was like how Jay brought it up. What were they doing to Abdul Carter to make him become something else? He did not look like himself like he came out of college. He looked completely lost. He looked like he was I don't understand this. He's right, Cody. I don't know if you saw the highlight. What is this shuffle? Why are you doing this? Why you have
I didn't.
You have a clear blitz, you have a clear sack right there.
Right. He won multiple times. Yeah.
He shuffled his way to him. in the red zone. It's like, what are we doing? Like, I don't know.
Really, to hone in on it is Cody. The defense looked better than last year. I'll say that, but it's still not what we all envisioned, at least per week one. Like Joe said, Brian Burns looked fantastic as far as the pressures, QB hits, the sacks. Brian Burns looked great, but that's really it. The secondary, Adebo played okay. Holland made some plays.
They didn't take advantage of how old and how susceptible the front seven for Washington is. Like the run game never got through. And like and you can say that for a lot of teams, and we're gonna get into it. That if you just get the run game through, you're gonna be fine in the passing game. And literally, they never established the run. They got limit. No, Tracy stunk. Scalaboo stunk. There was just no flow on that offense.
It's all. I think it all comes down to offensively. The offensive line is really bad. Like that was my main concern this entire offseason. When Thomas isn't there, Thomas is there, they're like mediocre, right?
It's almost like
they're mediocre.
It's almost like the Trent Williams effect in San Francisco. Whenever he's there, you can see the difference. Whenever Andrew Thomas isn't there with the Giants, even though they don't win as much, but you can see the difference with him on that line.
100%. All right, real quick, let me get into the comments before I neglect everything. Tech Motivates. What's up, brother? I saw a couple of these. RIP Charlie Kirk. Yes, I agree. I don't know if y'all heard that news.
Yeah.
I didn't agree with the brother on a lot of things. I thought some of his debate style was distasteful, but that's absolutely disgusting.
You don't have to agree politically to have a simple debate, but if you have to turn to violence to make your point, then you lose the whole argument.
You lose the whole
what
argument.
happened to him? I didn't know his name, but I know his face.
He had one of his usual like tours, his little rallies at Utah University.
Prove Me Wrong, where he debates people.
Yeah, so he had that, and I guess someone basically sniped him from 200.
Oh, bro, that's the government, Illuminati. They getting him.
It was an old white guy, which probably had like a. No, I'm not going to get into it.
I don't think they've actually caught the actual suspect. I'm not sure.
Well, they said they caught that guy, but I don't know.
There's one guy.
That dude was cool though. That dude was smart. I like that kind of debater guy, bro.
That kind of guy. Again, I didn't agree with a lot of some of his fallacious arguments he would use and his rhetoric that he would use on some people. But all he did was try to create an environment where you disagree with me. Tell me why.
It was at least conversation.
Yeah. It was at least conversation. That's it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it would turn into debates. Sometimes it would be fiery, but he would strictly stay on whatever topic is being discussed.
The worst part is sadly he was 31, so he's our age. And he had a wife and 2 kids.
Yeah, that's
2 little ones. So R.I.P.
Yeah, honestly, man.
He reminds me of that Shapiro dude too.
Same kind of guy.
Yeah. Same
Very
kind of guy.
An intellectual debate. He's gonna fight for his.
Not even smarter
points.
than Shapiro, respectfully.
Yeah, Shapiro's a freaking dweeb. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But they kind of same kind of.
I understand. Yes.
Yeah.
The same right-leaning.
All right, back to the people's debate.
All right.
Hey, but
before we get canceled.
No, but the crazy thing is, if you type in the people's debate, it's stuff like that you pop. Like if you
that's
why all one word.
That's why you gotta put it all one word.
All one word, or you will know exactly who those guys are. So
yeah, but let's finish up with this game. This upcoming week they play the Cowboys. If that offense looks abysmal again, does Jackson Dart see the field possibly?
I don't know. I don't really care if Jackson Dart. It's either so I think what it'll help is either Jackson Dart or Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
If the offensive line is still bad, the way to combat that is big playability. You might have interceptions, you might have turnovers, but you need that big playability when you have Tracy in the backfield that can also catch passes, when you have Neighbors, when you have Wan'Dale Robinson, which is a surefire possession receiver. You utilize those weapons. That's the plus if this very conservative Russell Wilson game doesn't work out, because there's no plus side in that. If they're down, they're down. He's not going to will them to win. At least with those two guys, possibly can.
Jackson Dart will come in when Brian Daboll feels his job's on the line.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I feel like that'll get them 2 more wins, but 6 more losses. You know what I'm saying?
Possibly, it's just something has to look good. That's why, in my opinion, I think they should. If this week doesn't go well, Jameis Winston, slide him in, see how that goes, because Jameis will get you like 2-3 big
Yeah.
games,
Hey,
Yeah.
possibly
you might have to save Jameis for a trade to San Francisco at this rate.
that'll be they could get something for that, right? They could get something for that. But I would hold off on Jackson Dart just to see the kind of like the pieces that you really have on offense with a bad offensive line if it continues to be bad. Okay. Away from this game, another game that I wanted Jalen to really speak on is the Friday night Brazil game. The Chiefs were charged interest for their loss. In their loss. So the Chiefs have won multiple one-score games like in a row, and that came to an end with the Los Angeles Chargers. Talk to me about this game, if you don't mind, Jay.
Okay, so locked into this one too on Friday night. So from my understanding of it, is the Justin Herbert, is he here? Is he not? Is he top 5? Is he top 10? Is he not? That game is just that game alone. He's a top 5 quarterback. What Justin Herbert did was extended his game, not with his arm, but finally with his legs. And I think they finally got an understanding that this is not a pocket presence league no more. If you notice, all these quarterbacks are scrambling more nowadays.
100%.
One thing I did notice is if you would have took, I want to say 80% of the quarterbacks rushing trajectories this last Sunday, you would have won a lot of money because everybody was moving out the pocket. No one was sitting there except Jared Goff, dumbass. But so what I was watching with Justin Herbert is when he needed to use his legs, he never hesitated. And so, to my point, I think it was like 3rd and 14 to close the game out. He didn't depend on his arm, used his legs, slid in that bad boy, game over. So Justin Herbert, I see it now. From that game alone, now I see what people are talking about from his talent in a game of where he can utilize both his arms and his legs. Secondly, the Chiefs defense sucks.
The secondary.
Yeah, well, I think here's my thing, and this is a bold take. Chris Jones. Sorry. Maybe not as dominant this season. I don't know. We'll see. But it just didn't. To me, it didn't look good in any aspect from the Chiefs. But you could just say secondary. But when Quentin Johnson is getting off on you, yeah, your secondary is very questionable.
I said let's give respect to Chargers O-line too, because that's like even though they have no Rashawn Slater, the center and the guards are still like solid. So
no, for sure, and I get that point too. But so and then the idea of already having Rashee Rice suspended, now Xavier Worthy gets taken out by his own man Travis Kelce, and then I have to say this. I've always respected to a certain extent of Pat Mahomes' game, but what he did was the most. I'm gonna watch my words here. That when he ran to the sideline and the safety let up on him and then he trucked him before he went out of bounds, that was one of the softest moves in football I've ever seen, bro. Because we know these Pat Mahomes, you can't touch him when he's running towards the out of bounds boundary, things of that nature. And so he even said in an interview he did that to try to hype his team up. No, bro, you're using the rules in your favor. And and again, if I'm the defensive coordinator and I see that, I say, hey, next time just light his ass up. I'll take the 15 yards. I don't care at this point.
Yeah. If that happens the next game, there's nobody to blame but himself.
Now, literally, like all 31 teams that are facing whoever's playing the Chiefs, now you have to open field. Like, you know what? He's gonna try to run you over. You hit him hard first.
That's what I'm saying. We watch him flop out of bounds. We watch him do this. But now you want to be a football player and try to truck somebody when they let up on you. Softest move I've ever seen Patrick Mahomes do. To sum all of it up, the Chargers could be potentially the real deal. They could be, right? But it's week 1.
Yeah.
They could potentially be the real deal. I think the Chiefs, I think we're fine. I think, right? Week 1. But I think that dynasty, them being on that high pedestal, I think this is where it starts to crumble a little bit and it takes a back step. I think somebody finally out the NFC beats the Chiefs. I don't know who, but I think this might be the year.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. Okay. Well, with the game in Brazil, I think main takeaways, everything that Jalen just laid out, I agree mostly with. With the Chargers, it seemed finally a Greg Roman led offense just said, listen, we have this guy at quarterback with this arm. Let's just let him cook. They're previewing us and they believe that we're just going to try to run it. And the Chiefs, if anything, have a good run defense. That's been the fact for the last couple years. And yeah, they just let Justin Herbert cook. And like you said, he used his legs this time. He showed his athleticism without being necessarily forced. If he just felt the need to do it, he just did it. So,
but is Harbaugh willing to stay committed to that?
Yes.
That's the question, right?
Yes, I think he is, because the way the design of the league is nowadays, you have to do that to win. The scrambling quarterback is here and it's not going away.
I think we need to remember too. Jim Harbaugh with Colin Kaepernick utilized that scramble, the running QB thing first before a lot of other teams did. Everyone thinks Lamar and John Harbaugh did it. No, it was actually Jim and Colin Kaepernick who did it.
I think he was going to be one of the, like, fantasy owners are going to have to beware, because Jim Harbaugh's not going to care. He's just going to do whatever thing it is on offense to win. So if Justin Herbert has to drop back 40, 50 times, which he can, as we've seen historically, he's going to do that. If the run game gets going, which it didn't really this week, they're going to utilize that. But I think now they have that understanding that, we have a different quarterback than Jim Harbaugh's had before. Like, this guy can make every single throw on the football field that the other guys couldn't. So I do believe in that offense. The defensively, still not a fan. There was a lot of open players. It's just the defensive line played better than I thought, for sure, on the Chargers end. And the left guard, like I predicted, it kind of sucks on the Chiefs end. So
if receiving was better for the Chiefs, it'd have been a lot closer.
100%. The Hollywood Brown was targeted. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jose.
16 times.
Yeah,
16 times. He dropped like 2 or 3 balls.
I was gonna say like half of them.
Because that's who he is. Just so y'all remember.
Right.
That's who he is.
They had to utilize Thornton, that they got from the Patriots/Raiders, I believe, as the deep threat. And all those routes were most likely going to be designed for Xavier Worthy. So, and Thornton, he's fast, but he's not Xavier Worthy. I mean, they've been practicing. Pat Mahomes and Xavier Worthy have been practicing that together. So, yeah, I think once the receivers start coming about, it's no need to panic or anything like that for the Chiefs. But the Chargers proved a lot in just this week 1. I'll say I will agree with that. Okay. Now, this part of the storylines is panic or patience. So I'm going to give you, there's 5 teams this week that scored 10 or less points. I'm going to ask you fellas, is it time to panic and why? Or, just have a little bit of patience. It's week 1. So first teams I'm going to talk about is Carolina losing to Jacksonville 10-26. Before we start getting negative on the Panthers or positive, shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The running game was phenomenal. The passing game could have been better. Trevor Lawrence actually was holding this team back a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. He missed a lot of easy layups, so that should be getting better. So shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguars for handling business. But the Carolina Panthers, is it time to panic, or should we have a little bit of patience?
Patience.
Come on, guys. Go ahead. Whoever.
After week 1, I think we should panic a little bit, because it looked like they reverted back to their old tendencies and stuff like that. At the end of the season, that you could see, like, all right, maybe everything's turning around, and then it just looked like everything went to shit compared to whatever happened at the end of last season. And it's the Jaguars, crying out loud. It shouldn't be looking like that against the Jaguars.
You need to panic. If you're Carolina, you need to panic. First of all, you got to remember Bryce Young's in his 3rd year of his rookie contract. So he's only got 2 more chances left at best, if they even want to go that far with him. And if they have a chance to get a top 5 pick this year, they'll easily move off him. This is panic time. They chose to move off Adam Thielen, a veteran in the locker room, and now you have nothing but 1 and 2 years in the wide receiver room. You have no leadership, and so when you're already struggling with a Bryce Young, like I get Andy Dalton still there, and he could do whatever he can to whisper in his ear, but you made a team that's still questionable. The Jacksonville Jaguars are still questionable. You made them look really good. And I don't blame the weather delay for this. I blame the Carolina Panthers. So it's panic time.
It's absolutely panic time, bro. This is again. What do you see like promising for that team at this point? Like, nothing looks good.
JC Horn played great. Go ahead.
Well,
Jack
sure,
Brown.
but I'm panicking right. I'm panicking right now, bro. Week 1. Again, with the kind of conference I'm in, the division I'm in too, the Bucks and the Falcons, I'm not winning nothing. Like, it's time to panic, bro, at this point. You've been irrelevant for years at this point. It's time to panic.
Jalen, they revamped their defense, and they still gave them 200 rushing yards.
That was the whole thing in the free agency when we talked about the NFC South. I said, okay, well, they added a lot of tackles and defensive ends, and Derek Brown might help a little bit, but he's not going to do everything. And that defense did not play well. Again, honestly, Trevor Lawrence left a lot on the table. The passing defense could have got torched a little bit better if he made better decisions. Yeah, I do think it's time to panic just because Bryce Young, everybody wanted to hone in on those last 3-4 games. When part of the reason, not all of it, I'll give him some credit, but part of the reason that happened was Adam Thielen. And then you let Adam Thielen walk and you bring another white and Hunter Renfrow. And you miss throw. He's a great route runner. You're not on the same page with him. I'm putting that on you. So I think it is time to panic.
People gotta remember Bryce Young's 5'7". No, I'm not sure if that's actually true. I think it's 5'10", but he plays 5'7". Let's say that.
He plays 5'10" with cleats on.
There you go. He plays 5'7", so he's already gonna have a tough time with that O-line to throw past them, even if he scrambles and all that stuff. He's having a tough time. He was bottom 4 in QBR this week.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of bad QBs, and you still end up being bottom 4? Yeah, no. Come on now.
Before we move on to after Carolina, Cody, what's your reason on patience? Is it just because this week? Go ahead.
Because I didn't have no expectations. What am I panicking for? What I'm panicking because now they're not going to reach 10-7. You know what I mean? They were going to go 4-12 regardless. So, I mean, what are we panicking for? We know this was coming. You might as well just have patience to the draft and go ahead and this is your year to decide to move on for Bryce Young now or not. So,
okay. Number 2, we're going to go with the Miami Dolphins. Time to panic. Or let's just
that's a panic.
Do we need to talk about it
right now? Panic. Yeah.
With the Dolphins, do you think like everything that was in the offseason, all the murmurs, all the rumors, and all of that, it seems that was true? No, just because of how they played in week 1.
Right. I mean, even how they played, every roster move they made was bad.
Yeah, right.
You let all your best players go. You traded away, and you had delusional Dolphins. I was like, we can still do it. We still have a top 10 defense. We can do all this stuff. You know how Tua is accurate with Tyreek? It's like, bro, Tyreek hasn't caught a pass over 30 yards in a year.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's actually crazy. Yeah, all you fantasy owners, close your eyes. Okay, all right. We have Miami, whatever. New York. I think it's clear that it has to be time to panic because, I mean, the GM and the head coach are on the chopping block, and that performance that they had in week 1 that's been consistent the last 3 years as far as offensively, it's time to panic just because you don't want cleaning house. Yeah, it's time to panic. The other 2, same division. I'll go with the one that I do believe it's time to panic. I'll give it to you guys to see if you disagree. The Tennessee Titans. Like, I get Cam Ward's a rookie, and I think the stat sheet for Cam Ward isn't 100% in context. He made a lot of good throws that were dropped. You know, I do give Cam Ward fans that. When it comes to the offensive line, them paying all that money to, I think it was Dan Moore Jr., that also kind of sucks. also they didn't show anything. The main thing that I think the main reasoning I have for it's time to panic is they had 133 total yards. They had 131 yards worth of penalties. You're not going to win a game ever like that.
That's
And
insane.
that was their issue last year. It's incredible. Most of it was on defense. And I believe 4 of those, majority of the yards was on Brownlee Jr., which that was his problem last year. You know what I'm saying? So I think it is time to panic in Tennessee. I think Brian Callahan, surprisingly, a lot of people think Dayball or McDaniels. I think he's already on the hot seat, even more so as them. Now, when it comes to Tennessee, did anybody think that we should have a little bit more patience?
I do.
Yeah, I do. The way that defense held its own with a team that everybody thought was going to be the winner of that division in the AFC West was very telling some of how the future can be. If you really, I was really honing in on that game because I'm a avid Cam Ward fan. Remember his days here at UIW, so I wanted to see how his ball was going to look, stuff like that, and a lot of it was drop balls. And who was the guy that notorious for dropping passes? Calvin Ridley.
Oh,
What'd you say?
that's how CD, man.
I knew it. Oh, shots fired. Sorry. Sorry,
It's
man.
not. It's all right.
Sorry, man. I can't control
Ron
that.
DeMarco.
Yeah.
But-
So a lot of there was at least on the last couple of drives at least 3 to 4 drops, and he threw that ball perfectly as he could, and it was just like, man, like he needs a little bit of help. Like, of course you're gonna have rookie growing pains, but for him to stay in the pocket, stuff like that, and to be voted a captain as a rookie tells you how he is viewed on this team already. So I just think you need to give him grace.
Okay, now real quick on that defense. I get it. And especially since you said you watched it, I did as well. Bo Nix was doing too much. It wasn't like Jeffrey Simmons, I will give you this. Jeffrey Simmons was a game record in that game. 100%. Especially as an interior kind of rusher. I give respect and all praise. Yeah, he got it. I give it to him.
Yeah.
But
He got the sole sack in the game for Tennessee.
say it again.
He got the only sack for Tennessee.
Yeah, and he had most of the pressures. So Jeffrey, shout out to Jeffrey Simmons. But defensively, Bo Nix was the reason why Bo Nix had those interceptions. It was not like great plays or, oh man, they schemed this up so well. Bo Nix was just doing way too much. Do y'all agree with that or disagree?
No,
Because
you're right.
What he was doing when he dialed it back, it was just like clockwork. In a way, I don't see. Again, y'all guys have more hype on this defense than I do. I don't see it. There's no pass rush still, other than Jeffrey Simmons. The corners, they made some plays on a bad throws by Bo Nix. Sure, I guess we'll see this upcoming week.
Let me take advice from our man White T Cody's there. I'm on patience because I didn't have expectations for this team anyways. But honestly, the only one on this team that needs to be panicking is the coaching staff.
Yep, coaches.
That's about it. I mean, because Cam Ward, he's going to get a free pass for a few years because he's a rookie. But everyone knows it's like, hey, all right, you already failed us with our rookie contract, Will Levis. So let's see, are you going to fail us again with rookie Cam Ward? Like,
right.
So that's more on them. The patience, I mean, the team will still be there. And let's be honest, like Joe said,
be there is in bottom of AFC South.
Yeah. Calvin Ridley is going to be, dropping passes all day, every day, because that's who he's become, sadly.
Yeah, unfortunately. He was pretty promising. All right, last team that I want to discuss and I actually want to dive into this game specifically. Yes, let's talk about the Houston freaking Texans, okay? All of us, even though, yes, I had the hot take on them missing the playoffs, but I had them, 10-7, respectful standing. What's going on? Well, from your vantage point, Cody, and then we'll talk about it on the panel. Obviously, I think all of us would probably say patience, because out of respect for CJ Stroud, D'Amico, the defense. But when we watch the game, I think the game should have been more of a blowout. Matthew Stafford was cooking. Puka Nacua, and this is no shame to Stingley, Cody. I love Stingley. But Puka was kind of cooking Stingley.
He got injured, yeah.
And yes, that too. But hey, Puka got injured too. All right, he was bleeding out. I'm just kidding. No, that was a joke. But what's the deal? Huh? What? Tell us why it's not time to panic, other than pooping on the division.
I think it might be time to panic. Really,
Damn it.
the coaching staff, bro. It really that's what it is. D'Amico Ryans and his coaching staff getting outcoached. The defense doing all they can to keep the team in the game. I mean, Matthew Stafford and Puka were literally getting anything they wanted, and somehow they only scored one touchdown or whatever. That's insane. Um, I don't know, bro. I don't know what's up with the coaching and the play calling. I don't know if D'Amico really knows how to find good offensive coaching. I think that might be a problem for him. He might be so good at defense, but then it just and turn around his drop off is he can't orchestrate to find something that'll work with his offense. Because that is just going to be the problem. The offensive line didn't perform good at all, but they didn't perform as bad as last year, at least to start for one game. They did do a little better. CJ Stroud, a lot of people are talking down about CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud was pressured on 43% of his dropbacks, and he was 9 for 10 in those pressures.
Yeah,
so he did good for the O line, how it performed. The interception, I think we all seen that play. That wouldn't have been an interception. That was just someone D-back stronger than the rookie receiver.
100%.
Yeah. So yeah. I think Stroud is fine. I know there's a lot of slander going around. What the fuck happened to Stroud and all this and that. But the O-line and the coaching, it's something's wrong. I think it's more coaching. The O-line, I think, is looking so bad because the coaching doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
You got any thoughts, Jose? Or
I was just gonna say the panic doesn't have to be coming from Stroud. The panic definitely is going to be on D'Amico. I think the GM will be safe because GM has been able to turn this team around after the whole massage washing debacle. But the coaching is going to hurt because D'Amico did a great job his first year, but because he's picking these sorry guys for the offensive side, it feels like he doesn't want to be questioned. You get what I mean? Like he's picking guys that he can, beat and outrank and all
that he can still hold control over.
Because he fired Slowick early in advance and he did nothing to really interview outside sources to really try to win the job and stuff like that. He kind of just hired from within. He's like, all right, you're next man up. That's it.
Right.
Like it should have been more like, all right, I need to be challenged. Because guess what, D'Amico, you're a defensive guy. That's what you're known for. You can't bring in guys who you can beat in a conversation. You need a guy that will test you. That's the true thing in a coaching room. You need someone to test you when you might be wrong. And D'Amico, to me, seems like he doesn't want to be proven wrong.
Okay,
that could be a fair take. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I hear you, Cody, and I hear you, Jose. I agree 100% with what Cody said. I think the main issues is offensive line and offensive coaching. I had issues with hiring Nick Haley. I don't think he's ever called plays. Very weird hire with a bad offensive line. Yeah. Your left tackle was one of the only guy that really had a good game on your offensive line, again, was the guy that I don't have an issue with. Titus Howard, right?
Yeah, a right guard or whatever.
Right, yeah. Titus Howard
are supposed to be highest PPF guard or tackle was injured as well. So we still haven't seen it, full whatever, however it's going to look. And also the defense, the whole team kind of played lackluster. Like they weren't ready. They weren't prepared. CJ Stroud spoke on it that they should have practiced harder or whatnot. It definitely showed.
All right. Let us get away from panic or patience. Jose, add him on.
All right. Bringing in the slacker of the group, the professor, Alex Cruz.
That's kind of a mean way to introduce. I'll introduce you next time, Chi-Town.
Did you see how he's just relaxing? Like you gotta take the dang thing off too. There you go. See,
I was in backstage for like 30, 40 minutes.
I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I was talking. Sorry.
Like when you talk to me like this all night, this is slacker mode for me. All right.
I didn't even see you. I just saw sorry about that. But all right, Chi-Town, thank you for joining us. Feel free to join into the convo. I want to go over now some of the games that had the game-winning drives in the fourth quarter comebacks. Obviously, we had Josh Allen and Baltimore Ravens. Let me ask you, fellas, This is the easiest question that's out there. It's the most simplest, but I'm going to ask you. Did Buffalo win this game or did Baltimore lose it?
Man, I hate that fucking question.
Me too, but I just want to kind of get y'all's
Josh
thoughts
Allen won
before I
that game. It's not Buffalo. Josh Allen won that game.
I agree with that. I like that take. Now,
Sean
fellas,
McDermott won that game.
Sean McDermott sucks. Josh Allen completely won that game, and that's why when we get in our power rankings, I might have a spicy take. But Jalen, Chi-Town, and Joe, when it comes to Baltimore, what gives? What is
I don't know. I don't know what goes on like in the last couple minutes of a fourth quarter when it's Baltimore in big time games. It just seems like they're the more like dominant team pretty much 50 minutes or so of the game, and then past couple minutes at the end of the game, it all goes to shit. Like when we were texting, my daughter wasn't wanting to go to sleep with her mom, so she comes and tells me, "Hey, can you come try to see if she goes to sleep?" I'm like, "All right, well, Baltimore's up 40-25. It's with 7 minutes left to go." I'm like, "It's fine." So then I put her to sleep, and she's like, "Oh, well, you're gonna want to watch the end of the game?" And I'm like, "Well, why? It's like a 15-point game." He's like, "No, what are it's 40-38." And I'm like, "Are you lying to me? Like, do you have your glasses on? Like I don't know, were we watching the same game?" And I come back and I'm looking at like all the stuff, asking y'all what's going on, and it's like almost like a tale of like two games within 7 minute span, which is just crazy.
So Chi-Town and Jalen with Baltimore. What is it? Is it coaching? Is it? I think Lamar had a great game. Like obviously we saw the plays that led to the debauchery, I guess, but this is kind of a known thing for them. What is it? How do you play that great for 3.5?
Honestly, at this point, I'm not blaming Lamar no more because it's not Lamar's fault. To this point of where we've seen them in the last 2 or 3 years, Lamar has done everything he can do in his realm. This has to come down to coaching at this point. That's been the only consecutive and consistent that's been happening the past 2 or 3 years. It's the coaching. Something in that coaching, when it's the fourth quarter in a tight, big game, they just shit the bed, and they continuously do it. So I blame coaching. And my second point, Jair Alexander, he got fucking cooked by Keon Coleman. Goodness gracious. I've never seen a middle-tier receiver cook a quote-unquote top-tier corner with like 10 yards of separation in the fourth quarter. He was cooking his ass. But that's all I have for that game.
Okay. Well, Chi-Town, what did you see? Anything different than what the fellas said? Or
no, I think I think when they played man to man, they were getting cooked a lot, and I think the defense towards like the fourth quarter started lining up in more man instead of zone, and Josh Allen was finding his guys right open. I think that one play where what's his name? The running back.
Oh, James Cook.
James Cook. He was man to man, and James Cook's linebacker just gets lost, and then he gets behind the secondary, and Jair makes one of like the worst attempts at an open field tackle.
Yeah,
and
I think
it was just bad. All that defense is just a lot of question marks, especially with Roquan in the middle. I mean, that defense needs to wake up because Lamar didn't do anything to lose the game. Even if Henry fumbles the ball, that shouldn't still be like the reason why you lost. I mean, you played a fantastic game, but kudos to Josh Allen. Josh Allen put the team on his back, and man, that was one of the craziest games I've ever watched in a very long time.
Yeah, big shout out to Josh Allen. I hate your team, but you're good. You're a good guy, dude.
Look,
okay.
This is the main thing, Milton. Just to go into it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
John Harbaugh. Okay, you asked a question. Did Bills win it or did the Ravens lose it? Josh Allen won it. John Harbaugh lost it. You need to fire Zachary Orr immediately. The defense has been questionable since you put him at the defensive coordinator position. This is ridiculous. Like last year,
this year from you and Tito, bro.
I don't care.
That's my
your dog is choking games the same way he chokes biscuits. It doesn't matter, bro.
Shout out to UNT, bro. That's where you played when I was in school. That boy played there, bro.
You can share BFF necklaces and bracelets all you want. It don't matter.
Yeah, whoa,
No,
I don't know like that.
Hey, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, not that far, not that far.
We ain't that
All right.
close.
Another question I want to pose, and we could dive into a little bit of the games and then move on to the segments. With what is more likely, because all these games were wild. Aaron Rodgers continuing the 2021 run. Indiana Jones being one of the most efficient quarterbacks in week 1.
Scored on every drive.
History. Or Justin Fields continuing the best play of his freaking career, honestly.
What's
Justin
most
Fields. Yeah.
Can we go D? None of the above.
Nope, you got to pick one of the three.
I'll go Aaron Rodgers.
At this point, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, what about you, fellas? I need 3 more answers. Most likely. I understand if you disagree with all 3. Okay, whatever. I'm just saying most likely. I think I know your answer.
You're saying Rodgers 2021 run? No.
So, you know what I mean. So, like, continuing the high touchdown interception ratio, middle yards, 200, 220.
Well, I'll go Justin Fields then because he doesn't have to play that great.
Right. There you go. I was just about to say that. To play his best of his career is not that good. So he's good.
Justin Fields and that offense somehow put up 32 on Steelers defense. That's funny.
Both teams are kind of crazy. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, I felt more like an Aaron Rodgers revenge game, you know. So what a quick. So, I guess of the 3, what's more likely?
More likely.
It's at least from consistency from using how Nick writes as a rich tapestry. It's probably gonna be Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. What do you think, Chi-Town? I think you're a Justin Fields guy. I know
Look at that green. Look at that green he's wearing.
I know you think you're 100% right what you said last week. So go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I told you so.
Well, it's 1 week, but yeah, you did.
I told you so is wild, brother.
No, but I think it will continue. I mean, I still think Aaron Rodgers, he's gonna struggle against Cleveland. He has to play him twice. Even though that team is still not good, that defense is still pretty solid. So we'll see. I mean, the division. The Jets are going to play the Patriots twice. I think those are winnable games for them, and also against the Dolphins. I think that those are winnable games for sure. So,
all right. Last question. I don't want to call them a loser, but what team that lost has the most to benefit from what you saw in week 1? Is it obviously Baltimore is going to be the top answer, so not Baltimore. Kansas City, Atlanta, the Jets, or Dallas Cowboys?
Those are our choices, or just any loser? Oh,
well, if you want to find another one, if you say Houston, come on.
No. What'd you say again? Give me your list again.
You could, if there's another team, go for it. But the team that is 0-1 that has the most to really gain from the play that they played. Atlanta, barely losing the game. Michael Penix playing well. Bijan having a great receiving game. Kansas City making it a close game, even though the receivers absolutely sucked. The Jets, Justin Fields, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, the top 3 offensive weapons, and the offensive line just playing fantastic, limiting TJ Watt to 1 pressure in that game. Or Dallas Cowboys, which I don't think Dallas played that well, but I think Dak Prescott did. So what you think?
I like the Michael Penix.
Yeah, I would go Atlanta too, just because of the fact that I thought that Tampa Bay was going to roll him. So I didn't know what to expect out of Penix, and he looked good the way he drove the team down the field to tie the game up. And then Younghoe Koo, usually automatic, and all of a sudden can't make a kick. It was crazy.
But he was doing this last year, y'all remember? He started fucking fumbling. He
started hot and then fell off. Yeah.
I think he's done, bro. Time to cut his ass if this keeps going.
Who's been like this the last 4 years, sadly, and they've kept him around regardless.
Yeah, they signed a guy. I know he's on the practice squad right now, so if he struggles again, he'll get cut shortly. But Penix, because he wasn't fully healthy last season, and to see how he was able to drive that team down the field. And him and Drake London look like they have a good connection already, which is good. And then you have Bijan as well. So it's kind of like three young guys you can build your offense around. So that was really good to see. And of course, like I don't want to just be a homer and say my Cowboys, but I didn't know how the run game was going to look. The run game looked good, even though Jalen Carter was not there. So that was a big time thing. Uh, so I was just really wanting to see how that happened, and then the run stopping ability. Saquon Barkley up the middle didn't look too good. Whenever we broke containment on the outside, our linebackers didn't know what the hell they were doing. So there's that. But I thought we were gonna get rolled. Honestly, to keep it with 4 points was really good and really uplifting to me.
Okay. What about you, fellas? Team that has a loss, starting the season 0-1, but has the most to really gain from it, from the play that they executed.
Jalen, you want to go first before I steal your answer?
Yeah, I'm trying to decipher between two teams right now. I'll agree with Joe and say the Cowboys. I think they have a point to prove this year. I think a lot of people have counted them out to whereas if they don't count themselves out, again, the way they showed up on Thursday night, it shocked me for a minute. I'm not gonna lie, I was never comfortable at any point at that time until the game was over.
Right.
So again, I don't know where the Cowboys really looked terrible at. They looked good in every aspect of the game. So I think I would go with the Cowboys in a sense.
Okay. Chi-Town, Cody. Jose?
I told Jose right after the game. I said the Cowboys played a great game. I mean, well, with CD Lamb dropping a few, but
It was winnable.
yeah, it was winnable. It shocked. I think it shocked everybody the way they came out, especially against the world champs. Not having Jalen Carter up the middle was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Having Saquon to under, I think 62 or
18 rushes, 60 yards. Yeah.
The one thing I took away was Jalen Hurts. When he saw man coverage, he took off, and that was like a thing that Matt Eberflus doesn't really do is play man. He plays a lot of zone, so that I think they were trying to throw off Jalen a lot, Jalen Hurts a lot by doing that. But I mean, he stepped up to the plate. He was running the ball when he saw man coverage. In second half, they try to play spy with like a D tackle DN, try to slow him down, but they adjusted, But still, I mean, that was one big shocker, and I think the Cowboy fans could take away at least this team has fight in them, even though people cut them out. So,
100%.
I'll pick the Cowboys.
What you think, Cody? Jose?
Yeah, I like the Falcons. I think that they could have easily won that game, like we said, except the Young Ho. And yeah, I think Penix has a lot of promise. What is it? Dual threat, left hand swinger, but he's not a dual threat. I hate why people keep saying that he's not a runner, but yeah, he looks good, bro.
Hey, the last time they had a left-handed Michael quarterback, it was pretty good in Atlanta.
They keep saying that shit.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Jose.
It wasn't too good though.
It's gonna be grown.
Stop it! Go ahead.
My answer, people are gonna get probably not like or whatever, but I think it's the Chicago Bears. I think they looked really good and crisp the first half and even the third quarter. And then whatever reason, Caleb becomes the diva that he is. And he groans and, he misses a few targets. Then he starts to panic. I think it's obviously going to be a development. They're not going to win the division. They're not going to do anything special. But I think we slowly saw what the best parts of getting Ben Johnson is. The progress, the better decision makings early on. It's when Caleb starts to panic and overthink it that he beats himself and this team beat itself. Because they had the Vikings for 3 quarters. They had them good. That's
another game. I tried to put my daughter to sleep. I'm like, oh, game's over. Come back. What the hell happened?
Yeah, your JJ McCarthy, hate, didn't help you there.
I'm like, for the beginning of the game, I was like, all right, I'm looking good. I'm looking fine. Then Randy Moss shows up on the Manning cast, and then everything went crazy.
And the early text, too. You saw that, Jose? Everybody always does this. So I make some takes. People start, oh, what about this? Before the game even ends. That's crazy. I don't come at y'all like that.
But to be fair, JJ McCarthy was losing for 3 quarters. It looked like he should be.
He looked bad in the first 3. I understand, and I never said he was going to be great, but he showed moxie that a lot of other quarterbacks wouldn't be showing.
But what he showed is what why me and you believe in the Vikings. It's KOC. Right. If it wasn't for if it's KOC's along there, that team is going to succeed, regardless of how bad JJ is going to lose. I mean, that team turned it around. That defense stepped it up even more and stuff like that. So I like Chicago, but as far as like the team that lost, that can ramp up more. I told Jalen the live yesterday, the Lions are the worst team on the NFC North right now.
Mm-hmm.
What a fucking coach KOC is, right? Oh my God.
Yeah, man. Hey, coach of the year for a reason. You know what I mean? He's the definition of it. Okay, let's get into this new segment that we got. And this bad boy is called Jose's. Come on, get on there.
The Poodle Players of the Week.
Let's get you on here. Hold on. Put it on there. Huh?
All right.
Oh, what's up, guys? I got you. What?
Sorry.
Jose, if my name was in Spanish.
I got it.
Right, is that Drewski Mexican face?
Huh?
Is that Drewski Mexican face now?
No, unfortunately not. We're not trying to get canceled here. Thank you. All right, so we're here debuting this week. We are doing the Poodle Players of the Week. So I got 5 players, guys. 5 players. So basically, we're going to be representing. We're going to be representing the guys that are basically, rookie, defense, offense, protector, MVP, those guys. That's what I'm going to go with. Milton didn't give me a list of criteria. I'm just going with whatever I want to go with here. So let's get to it. To represent the rookies, rookie of the week for me, it's Emeka Ibuka. Let's be honest. That dude freaking went off, game-winning touchdown. Loved his performance. Again, I said it before. He can become wide receiver 1 in Tampa real quick. He's already taken wide receiver 2, in my opinion. Sorry, Chris Godwin. You'll be a solid wide receiver 3 when you come back. All right, for defense, this one people might not like. I don't care. It's my list. It's Harold Landry from the Patriots. 2.5 sacks with 3 tackles for loss. He was at least a bright spot of what this horrible team was, because with him on there and winning the rushing game, Ashton Genty only freaking averaged 2 yards per carry.
That's very fair.
So look, I could have put Myles Garrett up there, but let's be honest, that Cincinnati offensive line just welcomed. They opened doors for him to
legit opened the door.
They just like, come on through, Miles, come on through. They didn't even want to touch him. So I'm gonna give nod to Harold Landry because in defeat he was a bright spot. All right, offensive player of the week. It's Derrick Henry. It doesn't change. The dude came out there and said, look at me, Jose. You might have put Saquon number 1, but it's actually still me. I'm the best. I'm going to break my own high school record in a few weeks. Trust me. I don't even care about the fumble. The fumble was a great play by Ed Oliver. It's just not Derrick Henry's fault. I love what Derrick Henry did. He went out there and he did his thing. Beautiful stuff. Protector. I had to give it up to him. I could have said Joe Alt because he was my list, but then this guy did something on Sunday that impressed me more. The rookie, Armand Mbembu,
100%.
from the Jets.
100%.
Oh, my
100%.
goodness. What a way to start a season by protecting Justin Fields enough to make him look like a top 10 quarterback. Like, that's impressive. Like, to beat the pass rush, to beat the run stopping defense. Like, let's go. Like, Mbembu did his thing. So he's protector of the week. And, of course, MVP. It's the reigning MVP. The guy who came up with 250 yards in the fourth quarter. It is Josh Allen. So these guys are my Poodle players of the week.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's what I'm talking about. Get yourself out of there.
Joshua Seinfeld.
I should have played the music after. All right. Well.
Any disputes, fellas? Any disputes with my guys? I know the Harold Landry, like, oh.
I'd say Harold.
Like two and a half sacks. I think after week 1. I know it lead the league so far. So,
and 3 tackles for loss.
And he played really good.
Hey,
wait.
shut down.
Is the Raiders O-line better than the Bengals O-line?
They both suck.
Ah,
No. I'm asking the question. Don't
there's
don't
a
don't do a
specific
cop
No,
out.
question.
no,
There you
yeah.
Who's
go.
the better O line?
I could. I mean, I'll probably give you the Cincinnati Bengals because they have some. They have names on names on that.
I'll
that
say
offensive line.
Orlando Brown allowed the second or third most sacks in the league. So
They
he
have
had
names.
he had the name. I
Yeah.
don't know about the
Yeah,
name
he
anymore.
had a good name when he was in Kansas City. He leaves.
And
What about
Laremy Tunsil? Laremy
and
Tunsil did great.
what about Will Johnson? You don't think Will Johnson was the rookie of the week?
Against Max.
No, absolutely not. No. What?
He did good against Max though.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's nice and all. No.
Let's
No, not today.
Sheriff West. Whenever you're there, dude. I got a scene for you too. Oh, there he is. Okay. Well, now we got another segment that we're gonna do as far as more on the negative side. And this is gonna be
Oh, I
Sheriff
like
West
this. I like this.
There should
wanted
be one
list.
guy on that list that I better see.
It's Jalen Carter's saliva. Wanted.
Jalen, this is your time.
Okay, my
We shut
bad.
that music down.
My bad. So this this is a very interesting list. So these are the Milton. These are the people that that had a bad week, right?
Yeah. Well, whoever's on the wanted list, wanted dead or alive. Okay.
Okay, so on the wanted list, first up, it's a group. It's a Cincinnati Bengals offense.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, no.
They're wanted, dog. Like
It's good. It's good.
all this Joe Burrow top 5 quarterback nonsense. I don't agree with it. Jamar Chase, I get that he's one of the top tier receivers in the league, but when you produce at a level like that, bro, to a team that's not going to the playoffs, that team's going to be irrelevant come week 8, and that's what you do, bro. Cincinnati Bengals offense, yeah, you're on the wanted list. Also on the wanted list is I'll throw Jalen Carter in there. The stupidity Carter. He's on the wanted list. Spitting on another man is crazy. I get if somebody started it, whatever, but actually spitting on another man in any other context outside of football, that's a misdemeanor.
Would you not lose your job right now if somebody spit on?
100% you would.
Like, that's crazy, bro. So obviously he's on a wanted list. Also, the Ravens coaching staff wanted list. What are y'all doing at this point? I don't know what's going on to where they can't close anything out. But the Ravens coaching staff, I'm not blaming Lamar no more. It's not his fault. It's the coaching staff at this point. On my wanted list, and my very last one. Now,
Better be this name. Better be this name.
I got it.
Thank you.
On my wanted list, it might not be on y'all's, but on my wanted list,
It's the Sheriff West list.
Whatever you got, it's all good,
bro. It has to be the Detroit Lions, and I always say that because everybody said Aaron Glenn didn't make that much of a difference. Ben Johnson didn't make that much of a difference. We're still the same old blah 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 blah. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're nowhere near. You're nowhere near. It doesn't look good. It looks bad. Wanted list. I'm only put him on my week 1 wanted list. After this, I won't care about him. But week 1, because everybody's trying to say, oh, the Lions are still going to win the division. They still run the NFC North. It doesn't matter that we lost both our coordinators. It doesn't matter that our O-lineman retired. To them, none of that mattered. But it all showed on Sunday. So that's my last one on the wanted list.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. That is how you do it. You heard that? Good.
Elevator music.
You like that? Okay.
Oh, God.
Wait, what was that? Was that me? What's that mean?
It's an elevator. It's all SpongeBob.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Okay, let us, before we get into week 2, let us look at the locks and dogs that we all failed, other than Jose got 1 right. That's it's really bad for us. We look really bad right now. Yeah, it's where we went wrong. I think we all just went wrong because spread-wise. Me and Joe at least got the right guys, the right team to win.
for
So
the locks. Just
yeah, for the locks. And yeah, so but that's not how this goes anymore. It makes it a little more difficult to try to win it. So now with locks and dogs, while I got everybody here, the first pick is Jose. The second pick is myself. The third pick is Joe. The fourth pick is Cody. And Jalen, you're last because you weren't here, so you get the crumbs.
You know what?
scraps.
Jalen, it doesn't even matter. 3 of these guys didn't even get 1 point.
I'm all good.
What that's true, but it's kind of hurtful. Kind of hurtful. Okay. Well,
Didn't you win by like half a point or like a point?
A win's a win.
a win's a win, brother.
What does that matter? A win's a win.
A win is a win. Okay. Well, Chi-Town, I think you know how this goes, and people that are watching, what we're doing is locks is who our favorite is with, of course, this is with the spread. So when Jose goes, say it again.
Yeah, when the spread goes, it counts. So if I pick, let's say, Philly this week, they have to win by at least 2 points.
There you go.
Because they're the favorites by 1.5.
And then the underdog, if you want to explain that real quick, Jose, for me.
Yeah, not only either the underdog has to cover. Like, so example, if I want to pick the Jets, who are 6.5 underdogs, they can either win outright or they have to at least lose within 6 points.
There you go. So for everybody, that is exactly how the locks and dogs is going to work this year. Make it more difficult, make it more fun, where we really have to be on our P's and Q's. So, Jose, you have first dibs. You're the only one that got it right. Go right ahead for me.
All right. So, look, I know earlier today on this episode, our man, Sheriff West, Mr. 82%, Genie Jalen out here, all of the good nicknames in the world. He said, I will not be picking against Washington until further notice. Well, Jalen, I like Green Bay's -3.5 against Washington tomorrow night. So I do think this team is good enough defensively to stop a defense or stop Jalen Daniels. So I'm picking Green Bay -3.5 for my lock.
Real quick, Jose, where are you on? Because the odds I have over here is Green Bay -3. Am I incorrect or?
Unless it's
different.
Yeah, unless it changes like within like a few hours. That might be true. It might be 3.
I'm on ESPN and it has it at 3.5.
Yeah,
It depends on what site you're on, Milton.
Right,
Different,
that's true. I'm on PFF, so we'll go.
Yeah.
What are you on, Jose?
I'm on ESPN right now.
Okay, we'll go off ESPN.
Let's just go off ESPN. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So that will be my lock. And as far as my dog, I picked 3 choices for each side. I want to see which was my favorite. We just talked about it with Jaden again. Wanted list. The Detroit Lions are on a wanted list, and they should be.
Ooh.
Give me Chicago's +6.5
As a dog? Damn.
as the dog. They can either win or at least just be right there if they lose. But I like Chicago a lot more than I like a lot of teams. So
what is the Chicago's plus what?
6.5.
Okay.
So they have to just
Win by 3 or lose by 3, lose by 4, lose by 2, lose by 1, and Jose wins. Okay, let me do my lock of the week, and this is going.
So when you're on the ESPN, what are you on? It's just ESPN.com.
Yeah, and just go to scores and then
I'm just
it'll
on the
show
app.
you. Yeah, or if you're on it'll tell you the spread and everything.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so my lock for week 2 is going to be as followed, and I'm going to go with I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Chargers covering the 3.5.
The away team, I like it.
And who's the dog? Who's the dog?
Raiders beat us. They still suck. We just sucked more that game. Okay.
Wait, who'd you pick?
The
Chargers.
Los Angeles Chargers. Yeah.
They have to win by at least 4 points for that game.
The Superchargers.
Superchargers.
I'm gonna be
And
sleeping.
my dog, you get Chicago.
Yeah, it
That
starts
was
at
one of
9 p.m. Oh my God,
It's too late.
Oh,
who
the
chose
Monday
that
night.
life, bro?
Yeah.
Well, it's the West
Ooh,
Coast live, so
It's
7 o'clock your
nice,
time.
bro, because I get to wake out of bed at like 10 a.m. and football's on.
Bro, it's crazy because the night game for you is at like 5 o'clock.
Right. Yep. It's at like 5, so it's over with before I even have to go to work.
all right. And my dog, I think is going to cover this or outright win. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
So Jaguars, I think if they lose, it'll be within 3, and it's -3.5. What, right?
Yeah. It's plus,
Plus.
you're 3.5 underdogs.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Chargers and Jags. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, so my lock of the week will be the Denver Broncos at -1.5.
Okay.
And then
Well, picks might make an appearance.
At Indianapolis.
Well, picks
And if
versus-
Indiana Jones comes through, it might be a little tricky.
let's see.
This is Derek Carr all over again. I swear to God, just like
Hey, it's
same
looking-
time frame last year.
That's why you heard I haven't said anything. I've been chilling. I said I'm gonna let 2 weeks pass by, and if it's continuing, then I can go in.
You didn't learn from last year. You need to make it 3 weeks.
No, that's what I mean. After 2. Oh yeah. 3 weeks. You're right. 3 weeks in. Yeah.
And then my dogs, I'm gonna go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
plus
Just
1.5.
winning. Yeah, you gotta win.
Underdogs at home is crazy, but yeah.
Dude, the Eagles are gonna smoke them.
Yeah,
they-
no, I agree. But I don't want. I didn't touch it because I didn't want the freaking Eagles to choke on me on that one. So
Okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
at that point, I was like looking to see, like, okay, what's a realistic team that can stay within the spread? Like, I was thinking about Atlanta, but I was like, no, on the road at 3.5. I was like, no, I don't think so.
Cody, go ahead, brother.
For me, I'm stuck between 2 teams. I'm gonna take the Steelers to win.
The 2.5, I think, right?
2.5, yeah. So they just gotta win, basically.
yeah, field goal.
Yeah. Well, Boswell was over there kicking 60+ yarders that should have been
Shout out
made
to
at 70.
Boswell, man.
Well,
What a man. What a guy.
If they win only by 2 like they did this past week, you ain't covering.
That's
It is. That's what it is.
Pittsburgh
Milton
screwed me.
made it against me, so
Yeah.
what can I say?
No, I didn't. No.
What can I say? My underdog, I'm feeling. Ooh, okay. There's I'm gonna go.
You're gonna do it. I'm thinking.
I'm
This
gonna
one
go
game.
Commanders. I think the Commanders. I think they could
Oh,
even.
fading Jose. I like it.
I could see that game going either way, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I was worried about that game just because Michael Parsons another week in practice because he was trying to get in more snaps, but you could tell his conditioning was a little off. So
Yeah. Okay, Jalen. Remember, this Locks and Weeks is an outright winner. It's by the spread. So when you're choosing, look at that spread because, again, like last week, Joe got the right winner. I got the right winner, but
we didn't cover.
didn't forget.
Yeah, y'all didn't. Yeah.
That was rough. I couldn't believe it.
So I'm gonna go with my lock of the week. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys to beat the shit out of the Giants.
Minus 5.5. All right.
Yeah, they'll win by 14. I'm not worried about that.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
They were
Yeah.
struggling by 3.
And my underdog, I'm taking Tampa Bay against the Texans.
I
Monday
thought
night.
about that too, bro. I thought about that too.
It's
it's
at
at
home,
Houston.
though.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
at
think
Houston.
after the lackadaisical performance, I think we'll bounce back.
Well, that offense from Tampa didn't look too sharp, unless with
Baker shows out on Monday Night Football.
He does. He does.
We'll see. We'll see.
Baker loves the primetime games.
He does.
Mhm.
I'm taking Baker in that
And
one.
then he's not far from home. He's back in his home state of Texas, so
Right
he'll
on.
probably have a lot of friends and family for him. So I bet he'll probably love that.
That's
Right
crazy
on.
though. Texans to start 0-2.
I actually predicted that.
He
Yeah.
did.
That's crazy.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay, before, because I know Jalen and Cody, do y'all have like 5, 7, 8 minutes?
Yeah, I got like 9 minutes. Yep.
Jalen.
Yeah, I got a little bit left.
All right. So we're just gonna do not your average Joe's top 5 power ranking, so we could get it on wax. And this one, Chi-Town, you could definitely join in on this one. So this is a top 5 power ranking as of right now, leading into week 2. The reason why I didn't do one and I didn't want to do one before the season started is, I'm glad I didn't, because then you kind of have to stay consistent
There's
and
nothing to rank.
do whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. So now we have something to rank. However you rank it is how you rank it, but please make it make sense. I'll start it off so you can see where my head's at. Not your average Joe's top 5 power rankings. I have at number 5 the Buffalo Bills. At number
Damn, at 5?
5. You
That's
darn
crazy.
Skippy. You darn Skippy, and I'll defend it. Number 4, the Green Bay Packers. Number 3, the Los Angeles Chargers. Number 2, the Los Angeles Rams. And number 1 is the champs, Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
You gotta, if you don't beat the champs, I'm not taking them off. That's
14
number 1.
points. 14 points, and your top
It's
2.
100%. How they played and who they played matters to me.
I'm like that defense only gave him 9 points though.
And I didn't expect that.
Now
And
that offense couldn't score if it was the Panthers.
We'll see. I don't agree. I think the quarterback played amazing. The wide receiver played amazing, and they just did. Sean McVay's a smart guy. They're gonna do as much as they can just to win the game. They don't care about all the flashiness. I think that will come later on. But that is my top 5. We'll do seniority. So Joe, Cody, Jalen, Jose, and Chi-Town. Again, if you want to interact with us, you definitely can. Go ahead.
Alrighty, this is your boy Joe, the sports mailman's not your average Joe's top 5. So at number 5, I have the Baltimore Ravens. At number 4, I have the Los Angeles Rams. Number 3, I have the Washington Commanders. Number 2, I have the Buffalo Bills. And at number 1, I have the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay. Go ahead, Cody.
All right, White Tees, Cody's controversial top 5, not your average Joe top 5. That is not going to make sense because I wasn't able to watch all the games, but I will still put it out there. My number 5 is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. My number 4 is going to be the Green Bay Packers. My number 3 is going to be the Los Angeles Rams. My number 2 is going to be the Baltimore Ravens. And my number 1 is going to be the Buffalo Bills.
I knew somebody was going to do that. I knew somebody would do that.
Well,
No, those
Cody
are the best teams, bro. Week 1.
Cody has an out, so that's unfortunate. All right.
I do have a little out. Okay, so
That was Sunday Night Football. He doesn't have an out.
He
He
That's
doesn't have an
rough.
out. That
was
wasn't
watching
a
the games
game where
at
he
the
was
stadium.
busy.
Oh,
Nah.
that's rough.
He was watching the
Okay.
games at the stadium. He was telling us like, "Oh, how's this game going? I can't see it at the stadium."
Damn it. All right, Jalen. Humor me.
All right, so my not your average Joe's top 5. At number 5, I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. Number 4, I'm going with the Chargers. Number 3, I'm going with the Bills. Number 2, I'm going with the Packers. And number 1, I'm going with the Eagles.
Not that mad at that. All right. I'll say intro. Do it.
All right. My brutal top 5 power rankings here are going to be number 5, the Buffalo Bills. Number 4, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 3, the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 2, the Green Bay Packers. And number 1, the Los Angeles Chargers.
see, I
Coming in
wanted
hot.
that enough heart to put the Bucks in my top 5 too. I felt like I was going to get clowned though.
He coming in
that's
hot.
I like that. Oh, I like that. Okay.
But the hot sauce.
Chi-Town,
I'm gonna try to do it off the rip. I mean, I wasn't expecting.
Who are your top 5 teams? Just go. Boom,
Yeah, just go. It's all right. I won't critique
Yeah,
you.
I'm not in. Should I do it in order? I try to do it in order.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
order for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So at number 5, I'll give you the Ravens. Number 4, I'll give you the Chargers. At number 3, I would say the Packers.
Okay.
At number 2, I would say the Eagles, and at number 1, I'll give you the Bills.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna start dissecting y'all's list. But Cody, Jalen, thank y'all for being here. Please come back. Please come back next week.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Please come back next week. I'll beg you if you want me to. I'll make a whole video begging you if you want.
No, I'll be here too.
But appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go in on y'all's list, so just know that's gonna happen. You can't defend yourself, unfortunately. But I'm going in. I'm going in on both of your lists. But all love, fellas. I'll see you.
All right, y'all.
All right, now Jose, Joe, and Chi-Town. Y'all's list.
So
Absolutely. Jose, actually, I like your list. I do. I see where you're going. Now, Chi-Town, this was off the cuff, so I'm not mad, but I'm going to have a question for you. And Joe, let's see. I have – it's a question for really all of you, honestly, other than Jose. Baltimore, please explain. I get they're number 5. One, Joe, I respect that because I thought this was going to go way south, and you're going to have them number 1. But number 5,
like the roster wise and the roster and the way they played warranted to be won until the last 5 minutes of the ball game, and it all went to shit. But for that beginning of that game, for like majority of the game, they looked dominant. And we were texting all of us in the group chat. We were like saying, this team, if they do not get to the Super Bowl, who are they going to blame? And it's just crazy. Josh Allen put his Superman-like cape on and put his team on his back and went to work. Kudos to him. But the Ravens, 99 times out of 100, win that game. This was that 1 out of 100. And, kudos, salute to Josh Allen. He was pissed because he was like, hey, all these Buffalo Bills fans leaving, have a little bit more faith. And, it's one of those games where it's like, damn, why did I leave? And you're going to be like, oh, I was still in the stadium when you really left.
Yeah. So that shows everybody Bills Mafia is an absolute joke. Okay. All of you are freaking jokes because I promise you, I don't care if we're getting beat by 30.
real fans don't leave. I pay good money for this shit.
Don't leave. Okay, Bills Mafia, if you left the stadium, you're a joke.
They look like the 2014 Miami Heat. Thank you. Like, no, get out of here with your fakeness.
Bills Mafia. Nope. And that's a stupid nickname. All right, let's just move on.
What did I say? Yeah. I didn't insult the names. I'm just insulting Alex.
Normally
it's coming from Patriots fans, so that's the thing. They're like, screw the Bills at the end of the day.
I get it.
Hey, no.
Come on.
Forget the Bills when they started shoving the freaking players.
Oh, that guy, dude! Did you see the video of him?
Because they're the worst fans ever.
Well, I said to you, yes.
Yeah,
I was like,
in a neck brace. That's pure Buffalo Bills activity.
To be fair, I don't even know if that's actually the same guy.
Genius though. Genius. He was trying to get a bag.
Well, you can't get a bag if you're apologizing.
And he's really admitting
you're not supposed to do that
Lamar
anyway.
did is self-defense. So yeah, whatever. Okay.
Clearly, his lawyers.
They didn't even find Lamar. If you notice that they didn't even find Lamar.
Yeah, they shouldn't. Now, if Derrick Henry pushed him, he would get fined because
if Derrick Henry pushed him, he would have been out of the stadium.
Derrick Henry would have broken that neck.
He would have boom, stiff arm.
Yeah. So Baltimore, Joe, I appreciate that because that checks out. Logic checks out. I just don't put anybody. I'm consistent, just even like last year.
Let me retort that, Milton. No, I have no respect for that. Absolutely not. They don't belong in top 5. They're 0-1. There is 16 teams that went out there, and these are 1-0. Baltimore Ravens, I get it, great team, but guess what? You gotta finish the game until the clock hits 0. So it doesn't matter. Oh, they were great for 3.5 quarters. You know what? The Chicago Bears were great for 3 quarters. You gonna put them in the top 5? No, I don't think so. So guess what? John Harbaugh's done this 17 times in the last 30 years. However, how long he's been coaching. Since 1991, he's done this 17 times, blowing double-digit leads. So no, this isn't one out of 100 times that they do this. No, this is 17 out of 100 times they've done this. So you know what? No, get them out of my top 5. I don't want to see that shit. Get out. Exit 7. Get out.
I love it. All right.
I'm gonna stay with the smoke on the Ravens at 5. I just think these other teams, like I like Philadelphia, like even though they look shaky, I don't even feel comfortable putting them at 1. But they're the defending champs. That's why I have them there at 1.
Right, but they won. So here's there's one. I agree with what Jose's saying, but I'm glad Jose said it. I'm being nice about it. You know me, but I'm being nice about it.
Bring the smoke. I'm like
Baltimore. Like, because if you look at the Chargers, they beat a team that's the dynasty, right? They beat the team, and you could say, oh, Xavier Worthy got hurt. Well, guess what? They don't have their actual starting left tackle. Don't really care, and they beat them, right? Handedly. Like, I get the score was only 6 points. They beat them exactly how they wanted to beat them. So I don't see how Baltimore is ahead of like a Charger team. I can't put Baltimore ahead of a Charger team.
I'm winning. I look highly more over the Bills. I always look at 2. Who did you play week 1? The Chiefs didn't look like how they used to be. That's another thing too.
Well, no, I don't like that.
You could make that same argument for the Bills defense.
Yeah,
Bills
the defense that looked absolutely
points.
terrible. Absolutely terrible. If that defense plays that way against all the other teams and Josh Allen doesn't put his cape on for 17 games, that team's going to lose a lot of games.
Exactly.
If they allow 40 points.
But then
Justin Fields should cook Buffalo.
Well, then
Bills
too, you got to look at
quarters.
it too. The Ravens offense compared, it's another thing you got to look at too compared to these other teams. They should cook all these other teams in too. It's just the Bills and Josh Allen.
No, the Bills defense played absolutely bad. That's what they did. They still can't stop Derrick Henry no matter what they do, and they can't stop anything Lamar does. Now, I understand Lamar is a all-worldly talent, an MVP caliber talent. I understand that. But when everything's working for an offense in week 1, your defense is not playing well. You couldn't stop anything. At the end of it, sure, they stopped themselves. That's what Baltimore does.
The only thing that saved Buffalo to win this game was Oliver's great turnover and John Harbaugh becoming a pussy. Mm-hmm. That's literally it. Those are the 2 things that made this game possible for Josh Allen and this Buffalo team win. Because I said in Jalen with Jalen on the live yesterday on TikTok at the People's Debate. Follow them here now. Go. All right. I said it a few years ago when the Ravens beat the Chiefs. Their only win against the Mahomes-led Chiefs. Harbaugh went for it on 4th down. Yeah. He was not afraid. Right. Why did you become afraid all of a sudden to go for it when you know Josh Allen has been cooking your defense for 250 yards in the 4th quarter?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, John Harbaugh became a pussy. You can't trust your defensive coordinator. They were not prepared clearly for this. So I'm sorry. Like, no, we can't reward losing just because you were a great participant. No, we cannot do that.
In my defense, if I was the coach there, I would have definitely punted it. But I mean, I would have to rely on my defense to see if you get a stop from them going 60 plus yards rather than them going 40 yards.
But I mean, that's your motto, though. That would be your motto.
That's just me. That's me. That's me. That's the way I coach.
John Harbaugh, because that's how you would coach, but that's not how John Harbaugh has coached for years. He always said, I have the best quarterback in the league. I'm going to trust the game on him in every play possible.
Because he was dominating
all the time. So why didn't you? It was 1 yard. It was 1 yard. You had to convert.
To his defense, I know Ed Oliver was in that 4th quarter was getting some stops and was getting penetration in the A gap. So I get it. But like Jose said, it's been your motto, and you have one of the best quarterbacks back there. You have to go for it. If I get why he I take that back. I don't get why he didn't go for it because the way he is and the way the team is. Now for me, I most definitely would have punted it. That's just me though. As if they get the ball, it's plus territory already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at, and then plus I'm a defensive guy. Even though my defense has given up a lot of points, I'm still gonna trust them. Let's get one stop. We can get one more stop. Let's win this freaking game. So that's
the
me.
thing too. That defense has been having to battle for like the last like 5 minutes and so trying to defend everything. Yeah. Okay, you want to trust the defense? I trust the defense better on a short field stance. What I mean by that is, let's say Lamar and them had failed on offense. All right, you got about a minute and a half left, and you got 30 yards to give up. I'm more likely to believe you will bend than break. But we have 3 timeouts. Yeah. Let's go ahead with all this time we got. Go ahead, stop them here. Maybe they'll kick a field goal. They'll take the lead, and we go ahead and
get the ball
back with at least a minute left after all these timeouts. There's no faith in John Harbaugh on this team if you do that when this is a team built to beat Buffalo, built to beat Kansas City. This is the best team Lamar has had. It continues to grow every year. And it's like, so when Lamar didn't have everything, you had faith in him. Now he has everything, and you have no faith. Makes no sense to me. 100%. And that's why I can't give them top 5 nods because the coaching staff doesn't believe in them.
Okay. Now let's dive in on a little bit on. So Chi-Town, one, you gave the Chargers respect. I appreciate that. Green Bay, Philly, Buffalo. The only reason why I don't have Buffalo, that reason why I have Buffalo at 5, Jose, I'm pretty sure you have the same reason you have them at 5. It's because it was like you said, Buffalo didn't win the game. Josh Allen did by himself, literally, legitimately by himself. So, and good offensive line play and all that. But nonetheless,
Keon Coleman showed up finally.
Yeah, when Jair Alexander absolutely sucked.
Well, it helps that the tip pass was there, and then nobody thought.
But Milton,
correct. Good.
Milton, I know you were about to say, right? Because like it was, you can't rely on Josh Allen to be playing like this the whole season for them to be in top 5. But we've seen it already last year. He literally did put the team on his back last year too.
I wouldn't say. I disagree.
I disagree. Not at this level, though.
Not at that level. At this level, the game.
Sunday.
Yeah, at that game,
that was another level.
Right, a level that without Josh Allen on this team last year, that team would probably win 5 games. I agree with that, Chi-Town. But the level of what Josh Allen did just in the fourth quarter, which was better than a lot of quarterbacks in week 1, just in the fourth quarter, that's not what he did last year. Last year, they took the ball out of his hands more, he made less mistakes, right? So that's what I mean. Yeah, good.
My rebuttal to that would be, they're down by 15. It's highly unlikely that you're going to see 12 personnel if you're down by 15 points, right? Now you're going to we're down by 15. Let's get the ball to Josh Allen now. Let's see what he could do, and get the ball out and let him be in shotgun now. So last year, most of the time they were never in those cases, that scenario. So they were able to get in 12 personnel. He was more under center, and the team looked really good. Now, that's why we saw Josh Allen do that Sunday. The team was down. We know he could. We know that he has that in his game to be like that.
Yes.
So whenever they changed into 12 personnel, kind of people were like, "Well, Josh Allen." I don't know why people didn't think that Josh Allen do this, but I mean,
so I get what you're saying.
We know he can.
Yeah, if Josh Allen's called to do it, he will do it again. I get that, but if the defense allows 40 points each game, Josh Allen, he got lucky on the touchdown pass that was just tipped, right? There's a little luck involved in some of this stuff. And so that's not going to always benefit him. It could be one of these bad throws that happen, or even against Kansas City in the playoffs, he threw a dime to Dalton Kincaid. It hit Dalton Kincaid and it hit the floor, right? Those can happen as well. But Josh Allen, I have all the faith in Josh Allen. 100%. But I can't put a team that allow 40 points on them and the secondary play like poo cheese. The benefit that Buffalo has is Greg Rousseau and Ed Oliver. I give you that as well. Them 2 guys played well, but that's not going to do it for you if you consistently play like that. Do I think they're going to consistently play like this? No. But that's why I have them lower, because again, all I'm going off of is week 1. That's why my top 1 is Philly. It's week 1 and they're the champs. They did exactly what they needed to do. If they play like that throughout the year, guess what? One, AJ Brown's not going to only have one target throughout the year. The passing game wasn't that Jalen Hurts couldn't do what he had to do. He just chose when to do it. Even when the running game wasn't attacking, he was the attacker. So go ahead.
So Milton, I didn't mean to cut you off. We know that AJ Brown's not going to have a performance like that in this whole year. It's like saying too, like, oh well, we know the Bills defense is not going to play Lamar Jackson again and go against Derrick Henry.
That's a good point,
right?
That's good.
Yeah, I mean,
but the secondary, that point, yes, is
question
valid.
marks.
But the secondary, though, even just how they play, forget Lamar. Like the coverage was bad. Zay Flowers wasn't doing nothing crazy. He was not an elite route runner. Those guys just wide open. That's my thing. But good point. Very good point. Let me see. I think Joe and Jose, I want y'all to go at it here. With Joe, you have Washington at number 3. One, I don't get it because you did say it's about who you played, and they played the freaking Giants. So I'm trying to see where your consistency lies. And Jose, you have Tampa Bay, which I don't agree with either, but I see it more. Whoever wants to really.
So with me, I look at it's a divisional game. So that's why I was like looking at it just with the Eagles and Cowboys the same way. It's like it's a divisional opponent. One of the things we're looking at with Washington, how is that defense going to look? That defense looked a lot better than we all expected. JD5 looked a lot better than what we thought he was going to be. A lot of us were thinking he was going to have a sophomore slump. So they came out and took care of business what they were supposed to do.
But what about the same argument for the Chargers? Chargers was an in division. It's the same argument, but the Chiefs are a better opponent than the Giants.
I'm looking at teams like these top 5 teams. I feel like can win a Super Bowl. I don't think the Chargers can win a Super Bowl, so I'm looking at these 5 teams.
What makes you think Washington can win a Super Bowl? Just because how they played a Giants that had a bad offensive line?
No. It's just so whenever I start my list off and how I look at it, okay, who are the teams more likely to win Super Bowls? And that's where I have it right now. The Ravens still think they can win a Super Bowl. Rams, Super Bowl Commanders. I didn't know how that defensive line was going to look. I know, granted, it's week 1. The offensive line looked a lot better than what we thought. Buffalo, I'm like, it's Josh Allen. We always expect him to possibly compete for Super Bowl. Philly, they're the defending champs. So I'm looking at that.
Right. With that, I agree with your list other than Washington, though. Washington, how do you see them making a Super Bowl off of week 1? Like I was on record, like Jose said, real quick, Jose, and a lot of y'all think sophomore slump for JD5. I was on the opposite. I think JD5 is going to be fine. He plays fine. He's a good player. He's probably going to be better. The team's not going to be as good, in my opinion.
I think you said more that the team would have a sophomore slump more than him.
That's what was my point on that. But with Washington, I don't see that that logic being.
So it was really telling because what was everybody saying for week 1 with the Giants? Oh, this front seven's going to eat the offensive line up. This, and this. The Giants' offensive line, besides Brian Burns, looked dismal.
Sure, but again, when you're hyping up the Washington's defense, it was due to the Giants' offensive line being really bad.
Yeah, but the Washington Commanders' defense, we didn't know how it was going to be. I'm like, by any means. I was looking more.
We still don't.
I was more looking at that offensive line. That was the main thing I wanted to look at this game. See how that offensive line was going to fare up against Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, Thibodeau, all these guys that they had on the line that I was wanting to see if they were going to wreak havoc.
They did allow a lot of pressures. It's just they didn't get home, and JD5 knew what to do with the ball. So again, I like JD5, but I don't see them being a top 5 team beating a Giants team. But Jose, Tampa Bay, I liked almost everything I saw from Baker, right?
Yep.
The defense, Todd Bowles' defense been known to stop the run, and that's exactly what they did. Now, against the pass, don't get me wrong, Zion McCollum started coming about. He started playing better. I concede that. But don't you still see holes in this defense because you put Tampa Bay above like a Rams team? So help me understand that a little bit.
I didn't really put the Rams up there because I did get a little worried the fact that they only were able to produce 14 points with that stacked offense, and then that defense obviously did a great job holding the Texans to 9. But we've already attributed that we all thought the Houston O line was going to be cheeks from the start, at least bottom 2 from the get go. So I didn't want to give the Rams too much love right there, right then and then. I think like 14 points at home, even though like Cody said, he was there and there was a lot more red or blue jerseys for Texans than he thought they would be. I mean, I think that the 14 points disappointed me. I'll just go with that. With Tampa, they went on a road game. This is hostile territory. This is their division rival. And while there was obviously close instances at the end of the game that could have gone towards Atlanta's side, Tampa Bay still held on to their own. Offense still looked pretty crisp. Ibuka, like I said, my rookie of the week, so he emerged to be a top receiver for the team right there. Mike Evans does his thing every week. Bucky Nervy will be just fine no matter what. So I just think, mind you, again, without Tristan Wirfs, and this is Atlanta team gave up next year's first round pick so they could have an extra pass rusher. They were still able to get the job done. And this is what encourages me about them moving forward, that they will be battling a lot of these gritty games as long as like the defense is hurt or Tristan Wirfs will be out, that they can still get the job done. So I give them a props there of being a away team in a hostile territory.
Is Wirfs going to be back next week, or is he going to miss another game?
He probably missed about 2 more.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. And that's a good win for them because I think they got swept last year by Atlanta. Go ahead, Shaitan.
Does everybody have the Chargers in their top 5?
No,
not Joe.
So myself,
or Cody,
Milton, and Jalen
have
you.
Yeah, Jalen had Chargers.
Jalen and Alex had them at 4.
So
The
one thing that kind of like made me want to shy away from the Chargers was they nearly played a perfect game and they still sneaked off. And I think I was listening to you guys earlier before I got on, and we said the Chiefs defense is not the same. Herbert had a great game, but like I said, they nearly had to play perfect to win that one. So I mean, I know I have them in my top 5, but that's still something to like look at and maybe like, you know.
Well, I think the reason I have them like number 1, and I know not everyone else has them at number 1, I had them there because they played a perfect game, basically. And that's important because this is a team they hadn't beaten in 4 years. And they're trying to establish an identity with Jim Harbaugh and moving forward. And so with Joe All playing a near perfect game himself as a left tackle, even though Rashawn Slater is out for the season, like, you have to give respect to this team. Do they have to play near perfect? Yeah, they probably do. This is the Chargers. They're the Clippers of the NFL.
And it's the Chiefs. And they're playing the Chiefs. We got to remember that.
So, like, they have to, like, this proves why, Alex, I'm so hard on Justin Herbert. Because this is the potential he has to show every week, and he doesn't show it every season. And this is what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm talking about. I want this Justin Herbert. You bring me this Justin Herbert 16 out of 17 weeks, like all these other top 4 guys are, he's a top 5, top 4 quarterback. But I need to see that consistency. I need to see it. This was perfect. I loved it. This is the Justin Herbert that I've been begging for, that I've had every right to judge for the last 4 years to say he wasn't a top 10 guy, because this is the kind of guy that he can be against a top team. And the Chiefs versus the Chargers is still a top team despite the weaknesses and holes in the defense. This is still tough for them to beat.
Hold on, wait. 16 out of 17. There's a quarterback in the elite category. That struggled the first 4 games of the season.
I'm
not gonna throw no names, but
So I'm saying some of those extra games he played really good at were in the playoffs. So I'm just saying that's just me.
Hey, but also with the Chiefs, just so that for clarity, I can't speak for the other guys, but when I say that the Chiefs defense isn't, I never say the Chiefs defense isn't good. I don't like their secondary. I think their front is fine. Their pass rush is fine. They're able to stop the run consistently. that's fine. Their secondary last year didn't get exposed to the level I thought they would get. This year, that might happen because I don't like their secondary. McDuffie is fine, but everything else is not fine.
Do you
I
think
like-
it's going to be a little different with McDuffie this year because they were trying to get him a contract extension and they didn't come to terms?
That's crazy.
Well, that's more of a proven year for him than anything else.
Yeah, he got the ball out then.
Yeah.
And he was getting
I already
targeted.
thought he
this
got.
game.
I already thought he got the extension.
I thought he got extended.
No.
Yeah, I think he got extended last year.
I'll check that out.
What's his
I'm
name?
looking.
What's that? I can't pronounce his last name.
Kalafdis?
Karlaftis, whatever.
Dude, he's a stud.
He's great.
Especially
Him. Nick Jones really.
Oh yeah, no contract.
He did.
No contract.
No contract. Oh, okay.
He's got a club option next year. Next year will be his 5th year.
But didn't I can't pronounce his damn last name.
Karlaftis got paid.
Just call him
He
George.
got paid.
Just call him George. Yes, he got.
Yeah,
paid.
just call George.
My name is George.
Yeah,
My name is George.
All right, last thing, and then we'll move on to games of the week for week 2. One more thing, Joe, you got to defend because I read it through, and you don't have Green Bay. There's a little hatred there, huh?
That's what I was gonna say when you were talking about
Is that what it
Washington.
is?
It's like, wait, Green Bay should have been up there over Washington.
I thought Green Bay was there. I didn't see that they weren't there. That's absurd.
Even Alex, who
Forget
hates
about it.
them, put them on the top 5.
Talk to me. It's some hate. If it's hatred and it's emotional, that's fine. I'll leave you alone.
No, whenever I look at, I wasn't too sure how the Lions were going to be without their 2 coordinators. So I think it was going to be like.
Didn't you got the Lions winning like 12 games? Get out of
Well,
here, dude.
Well, because I was thinking this was before the Packers got Michael Parsons and traded everything away.
Right.
And so I didn't know how it was going to be. And I didn't think it was going to be that entertaining because CBS literally flew to the game to broadcast it live. They had their whole panel there and everything. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is must-see TV today then, knowing that they're there in color, live in color. And, I was surprised the way they played, like point blank. And, I was going back and forth between the Ravens and Packers. It wasn't hatred by any means. Like Micah,
Ravens and Packers? No, there should have been a question between Washington and Packers.
Right.
Brother.
Where is Washington coming from? That's my whole issue with your list.
I don't agree with what you said earlier. Is how much we all hyped the front 7 of the Giants as an excuse to say, okay, well, I like the Washington win over them better than the Packers beating the back-to-back division champions. Like that's not a solid argument to me.
Yeah, now, I put the Packers in there, but to tell you the truth, Parsons didn't really do much.
Well, they didn't have.
Really did.
He was limited.
He
was
did
limited
like 45% of the snaps. Yeah.
But the thing is that people, I think they blew it way out of like.
They did. They were all like CBS. Win
rate, and all that. I mean, that really doesn't matter. You got to get to the quarterback. It don't really matter about all that stuff. I mean,
about all that stuff.
Like beating your
beating the guy, your pass rush win rate. But he was getting the thing that benefits Micah is his pressures. That's what benefits any defense.
But
because you saw
even if you win your snap or your rep, right. you still can't get. It still doesn't allude to you getting pressure.
But can we be fair, Alex? Can we be fair? None of us up here, but to this point, we're saying that much big about Micah.
Yeah,
this was actually
true.
I get this is more targeting the media because media is like, look at what they did, look at the did. Like I get that. We don't care about Adam Silver's highlight videos and all that stuff.
Schefter.
No. Adam Silver said some comments about NBA today, so that's why there's a dig at him.
Okay.
So, anyways, what I'm saying is none of us were praising Micah Parsons. So my praise is for the Packers because this is a team that stopped the run game entirely. 100%. And we understand how great this dual threat is of Gibbs and Monty. We have praised them for years, Alex, me and you on Puerto Beach Sports. And the fact that these guys combined 46 yards as a rushing unit, when we know how big of a threat they are everywhere, is amazing. So that's why Green Bay is a top 2 team for me.
I've been telling everybody Green Bay's front 7 for like 2 or 3 years that they're fucking good.
Yes, you have, and
We'll see this Thursday.
the
We'll see
second,
this Thursday then for that.
you mean
The
tomorrow?
Commanders and Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, they don't the Washington doesn't exactly have a threatening run game, to be fair.
No.
So I am loving the Packers, which is why I picked them -3.5 on this one, because everyone's gonna jump on Jaden. But again, like Jaden's great, but the team is not better than the other team.
No.
And I like Jaden over Jordan Love, duh. But I love the run game for Green Bay a lot better. The passing game, I don't know what happened with them not doing well with Terry and all that stuff.
He was holding out. You know how that goes. He
By the way,
hasn't had
Chase, what are you doing dropping Terry McLaurin into the freaking league? What are you doing with your life?
Hey, I hope my waiver gets through.
Oh, unless you put all 200, you're not getting it.
Damn it.
So
Damn it.
Well, I guess I'm gonna do that right now.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
I think I have the
McLaurin.
number one claim option
for
right now.
what did he pick up?
You have to have them. I don't need nobody on my team.
Not somebody worth it.
Well, me and you had the best numbers last week, and so we're playing against each other this week.
Yeah, shout out to you, Shot-Town. Hey, man, I saw it. Yeah.
I was scoring by 1 point.
And then hold up. You guys were making fun of me too. Oh, this guy don't know how to draft.
He was. I was.
Yeah.
Your brother-in-law.
You know what? He starts strong sometimes and then still ends up weak, just like
No, dude. What messes me up is that whenever he gets to the playoffs in fantasy, my guys
are like,
dude, they hit the bed.
I'll tell you what messed me up. I could have probably been on y'all's level scoring, but I sat Javonte Williams and Michael Pittman.
No faith.
Who would have?
Who would have thought? Who would have thought they would have got points?
Come on, give me the break on that.
Well, Milton, I host a class in fantasy if you want to take it.
Oh yeah,
Saturday nights.
I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, party of one. Come on,
Appreciate the invite. Hold on, real quick. Cody in the chat. Hey, can we talk about something real quick? I want to hear y'all discuss. Okay, CeeDee Lamb isn't top 5 anymore, right? Well, one, I told you he wasn't top 5 this upcoming year. And sorry, Joe, but I think he'll get better. But that's a problem
okay.
But he's always had it though.
And
He's
that's
always
not a
had
good
it.
problem. It's
Guys,
not good.
okay. We need to stop that rhetoric, respectfully. We need to stop that craziness. CD is the top 5 wide receiver. We need
Not
to
right
stop
now.
that because because y'all are coming at this because of the last drive, right? The 2 drops, the big drops, whatever.
Right.
He was cooking the whole secondary.
Guys,
Yes, exactly. The whole
Even Quinyon.
But-
Even Quinyon Mitchell that they were
I-
praising.
And I get it. I totally get it. You don't drop that pass that's right in your hands, and you don't die for it when you don't need to. I completely understand that. But that does not take away the fact that the man puts everything on the line at every play. He is freaking beating the route running of that secondary.
Sure.
He cooked them. He made them look like high schoolers.
Oh, he's a great route runner.
And
I've always said that. Yeah.
And when they are running, which is why I'm still pissed with George Pickens, when they run the ball, he is still at least trying to block. He is still trying to play and be a team guy. George Pickens ain't doing that. He's like, I'm done.
Yeah, so
But CeeDee Lamb is, bro. I'm sorry. There's talent out there that is beyond other talent, and he got
the
top
talent.
5.
I'm saying the top 5 wide receiver. Like if you say top 5 quarterbacks and all that, we put in account the lack of trustworthiness of quarterbacks. Let's just stick on quarterbacks. If they're not clutch and they blow a game and they do all this, we count that against them. With wide receivers, same thing. I think he's a top.
I can't do that, Milton.
Sure.
I can't do that because there's at least 200 plus wide receivers out there in the National Football League, and there's 32 starting quarterbacks. It's not a fair assessment because elite with quarterbacks is not the same with elite with wide receivers.
So let me get this argument. So CD isn't a top 5 because of that one game, right? So does this mean Terry is not? No, but that's what like people are
hyping about.
Yeah, CD haters or CD people that don't like CD. So then is Terry no longer top receiver because of his game last week?
He can't be top 10. He can't be top 10.
Jamar Chase can't be top 10.
Jamar Chase, exactly.
If it's off of 1 week, I get that, but I'm speaking on the whole. His dropping problem is a thing. It's not just one game.
So then, who are 5 guys you would automatically? Of course, we know the 2 guys. Who are the other 3 guys then?
I would put Puka. Oh, I told you that over CD.
I said he'd have a top 5 Stevenson. So I mean, I'm not disputing that crazy.
And
I
It's
can't.
hard.
Are you putting Amon Ra there now that we don't have a Ben Johnson to coordinate this? Are you
No.
putting Amon Ra up there?
No.
I would
Because
put
now
with
Amon
the
Ra is looking sus.
with the way AJ Brown's offensive output's been dripping.
I mean, good night, Daddy.
My nephew, get the heck out of here. Before
But I would also have AJ Brown, but that's a whole separate
But that's
discussion.
the thing. You got to look at too productivity. I'm like AJ Brown's not going to put up the
No
productivity.
one here is penalizing AJ Brown for not winning any separation on Thursday last week. No one, and we're not penalizing him for that because that's the reason Jalen Hurts was sus about throwing to him. He wasn't beating Trayvon Diggs, which is crazy to say. He wasn't getting any separation, which is why he wasn't targeted. So are we going to penalize him for that when we versus CeeDee Lamb, who still put up the quietest 110 yards and
he was
7
feasting,
receptions?
like Joe said, he was feasting on them. It's just in the key moments, I get why the discussion's being made. I don't agree that they're just using that game to just dismantle his career. No, I don't agree with that. But I can hear an argument where he's not top five.
Like last year when Dak was playing poorly, is that CeeDee Lamb's fault or is that Dak?
Of course not. Yeah.
And then the year before that, when he's catching everything,
he's still putting in numbers.
Yeah, CD was still doing.
And he was still dropping passes though.
Yeah. But okay, let's get off of this. Okay, let's go to.
No, but who would you have at 4 and 5 then?
So I would have Puka. I would have AJ Brown over CD. And man, maybe you're right. I can't think right now. So maybe
here's the thing. Like Alex, I forgot it was on Puro. If it was here on People's Debate, he asked me a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, is Joe Burrow's fumble issues a problem?
Mm-hmm.
And if we're gonna say that if Joe Burrow fumbles 5 times out of the many times he's in the pocket or he freaking goes back, then it's not a big deal. Well, then if CeeDee Lamb is not dropping as many, I know he averages maybe 5 drops a year, but is that really enough to knock him out the top 5?
So, Joe, to y'all's point, I think I would have him at 5. You might got me there. Because I don't see another. Yeah, I don't see another wide.
I know. Jalen wants to say Terry, and I'm like, no.
You could. You can't use Devontae because some people say Devontae Adams. It's like, well, not now. You can't. Not now. Like Devontae Adams is old. Right. So, yeah, you might got me there.
I
I'll say 5.
CD's one of my favorite receivers in the league.
All right, let's get into week 2. Okay, games of the week, fellas. Y'all tell me. Give me a game of the week. I want to.
So I got 5 games this week. Of course, Super Bowl rematch. You know what it is. I don't know if you want me to just name them out real quick.
No, one at a time. Go ahead. Give me
so
one.
the Super Bowl rematch. You know the Eagles spanked the Chiefs when everybody thought three-peat was inevitable, and
get out of here.
Well, majority of all of us did. So you know another Andy Reid Eagles matchup in Arrowhead. Can the Chiefs bounce back in Arrowhead? Can that run game get going? So it's going to be interesting to see. And then the Philadelphia didn't look tip-top shape by any means week 1. And so it's going to does Philadelphia start 2-0? Does Kansas City start 0-2 or 1-1?
Yeah, real quick on what we were just discussing. See, this is the issue, Cody. When you put Terry and Nico above Lamb,
there's no consistency.
There's no evidence that is in your favor.
I'm like Nico didn't look anything near a top 10 wide receiver till CJ Stroud, because the first 3-4 years he was abysmal.
He was in the blue tent the whole time.
Right. I was gonna say, he just didn't play really.
Nobody really would talk about him either until.
Yeah, no.
I think he's a great receiver too, but I don't think
he could become that guy, but he hasn't shown that yet. So there's no real argument.
He needs to stay healthy. He's just been too injury prone.
Just the consistency.
And Terry, doesn't matter the quarterback he has. He's had the same target share, same percentage every year, same yardage too. If you look at it, it didn't matter what quarterback. Even last year with Jaden, it was the same. Everything.
Right, just touchdowns went up for him. So, I told Jalen, when he also has the claim that Terry's going to be considered better than CD, I said this year will be your year to kind of prove that. And obviously it's just week 1, so we don't know. But they have to prove that. Right now, as you just heard me kind of thinking through, CD is worst at 5. You can't really put him lower because there's no good argument for anybody else.
He's just way too talented, bro. Like it's just so tough, like to take that away because he's had multiple coaches too. No one like people are not saying that like and the inconsistency of having Dak gone every other year due to injury. No one talks about that enough either. Like there's inconsistency for everybody as far as quarterback.
Yeah, because he had Cooper Rush and then Trey Lance last season. Still put up over 1,000+ yards,
Right.
and he missed 2 games, I think, at the end of the season because they wanted to sit him. So it's like the statistics, show that he is. There's a little bit of things that I wish he can just clean up the drops. I looked up how many drops he's had since he 2020 when he entered the league. 35 drops. Should not have that many drops by any means.
It's about 6 or 7 average a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let us real quick go back to what you were saying, Joe. Philadelphia, Kansas City, going back to Arrowhead. Philly's a slight favorite.
Yeah.
I could see why Jalen Carter's going to be back. I don't see Kansas City's Kansas City, and they could always just surprise
It's
everybody.
just that environment. That environment's always like next level for some reason. Like the way that energy is in there.
That's cool.
Who
Philly
knows?
done. The positive with Philly, they don't care about that. Their main guy in Jalen Hurts does not care about all of what's going on at Arrowhead. So that's the positive working for Philly. I think Philly wins the game. What say y'all?
I'm going Kansas City.
Right here, I think he picked him in his dog for the week.
Yeah.
No, I got Philly.
Sure.
I got Philly cooking them. Respectfully, AJ Brown's gonna have a feast this week. So if you own them in fantasy, congrats.
But good thing I played him last week in fantasy and he only put up 29 points. So I was like, hell yeah.
He did. Oh man, I saw somebody in one of the leagues. Yeah,
they're gonna start early passing the ball to AJ Brown real quick. Like I think that's how they're gonna like establish like, oh well, y'all thought that me and AJ are not connected. This week they're gonna freaking go off early.
They're right. They're gonna be chameleons with their offense if they know if the new offense coordinators know what he's doing. But I think Jalen Hurts knows what he's doing.
This will be if Philly does win. This will be the first time in his career that Mahomes loses 3 in a row.
Oh, since Super Bowl
Since last year.
Yeah.
Right on.
Because they said it on First Things First today. He's on a 143 game streak of not losing any, back to back. So it took Tom Brady 300 games. He had a 300 game streak doing that until that happened. I think that was until his final year with Tampa.
Oh,
did you say Alex? I didn't even hear you.
No, I'm just making face. Oh, greatest of all time. But let's not get on that. Okay, let's not entertain that anymore. Okay, right? Let's not entertain that, guys. Yeah. Who cares?
It's at this level.
Yeah. Thank you, Shaitan. Also, it seems like if this happens, things are crumbling a little bit. I'm not counting them out by any means, but remember they went multiple straight games and 1-score games. I think 17 or something like that. Lost week 1, and if they lose to Philly, depending on how they lose, if it's like a referee weird thing, all right, fair enough. But they lose. Hey, I think something's crumbling.
If Philly puts belt to ass again, then we definitely have to have a discussion.
Come on, we will have that discussion, fellas.
The teams that start 0-2, percentages of making the playoffs,
that's going to come up. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be plastered everywhere.
Look,
all right, Joe.
I'm not saying Marco was pissed last Friday. I'm just saying Marco was pissed.
Yeah. And his guy got hurt by his own guy. I bet he was.
He was. Yeah.
Go ahead.
She thinks a lot, Taylor Swift.
Yeah. So another game I want to look at is a game that I'm pretty sure Alex is going to be looking at big time. Ben Johnson and crew goes back to Detroit. Ben Johnson's first return home game since becoming the head coach of Chicago. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything comes together. It's always interesting whenever coordinators or former coaches come back to coach against their former team. So let's see if Detroit can bounce back. Both 0-1 teams. This is like almost back against the wall if one of these teams want to try to compete for the division.
Yeah, or for a playoff spot. So, Side-Town, you take the lead. You saw your team. You saw Detroit's sorry self. Talk to me.
So I originally had them like winning the game. I think in like the pick'ems or whatever against the Lions, And if they can't beat the Lions after what we saw in Week 1 from the Detroit Lions, we really need to start talking about what's going on with Caleb in Chicago. I understand it's only Week 2 under Ben Johnson, but like, man, if you watch the game, there was a lot of boos in Soldier Field.
Oh,
It
Chicago,
was
boo you.
Yeah, they booed the fuck out of Ben Johnson and
Oh,
booed the
at the
shit
end of
out
the
of
game,
Caleb.
yeah.
Yeah, booed the shit out of Caleb. Rightfully so. They should have beat the Vikings. I mean, I wasn't too mad. I mean, it's like I said, it's Ben Johnson's first game. It's against
Right.
Vikings. It's against Flores. That's a damn good
Right.
team. But you should have honestly you should have beat them. But
I-
that's just the story of Chicago for the past 2 years. Even when Eberflus was there, there was a lot of games they should have won and they choked it at the end.
Right.
You have to make us. It's crazy. It's Ben Johnson's second game. To say he needs to make a statement already is it's crazy, but I think it's rightfully.
Yeah.
But it's perfect time too because it's what is it? Is it home?
No,
I
it's
think
in Detroit.
waiting.
It's
It's in Detroit.
it's even with it being an away game, like this is his field.
Yep.
This is
Yeah.
Ford Field is Ben Johnson's field for like guys like Milton and say that it was more Ben Johnson than it was Dan Campbell. Well,
Yep.
this is your time to put up or shut up.
And
Because
this is why the Bears got you.
if you lose to Dan Campbell and your understudies, the guys who you had, washing your car and delivering your mail, then you cannot talk right at this time. Now, like I told these guys earlier, and you were here for it, Alex, I liked the progress that I saw with Chicago early on with
So
those
did I.
3 quarters.
Right.
Unfortunately, whatever reason, and I don't not putting it more on Caleb. Caleb's mistakes were more at the 4th quarter with those overthrows and those bad things. They let off the gas for the most part because the way they scored that first drive, they should keep doing that, right? Like they shouldn't just have 2 offensive touchdowns and then that pick 6. It should have been a lot more, and I feel like they let up the gas. They were trying to get Swift to get moving, and he never did until the 4th quarter. I think they'll come out stronger, and that's why I have them as my underdogs for the week because it's like, dude, Detroit had nothing for them.
So my favorite play was I think it was like a 2-yard touchdown to Roma Doomsday.
Yes, I love that.
That was
I
my
love
favorite
that.
play of the game, and it was only 2 yards. But the scheme to get him
There you
open
go. There you go. Yes.
was something that we haven't seen in a very, very long time in Chicago. Even with Matt Nagy had some weird design plays. They were pretty good, but they weren't like that. Especially under I would think we're under the 12 personnel, and it looked really, really good. And I was like, man, this is different.
The Vikings got fooled that it was going to be a run by Caleb or by Swift. Yep, I loved it.
There is a lot of bright side, and we'll stay on this game with Chicago because, like you said, Jose, the first 3, I'd say first 2.5, because the first half Chicago overall looked good. The Dennis Allen blitzes, all of that stuff was working, and then the second half, Caleb Williams, the offensive scheme was still working in a way, but he was missing guys. Him himself was missing guys. There was wide open guys that he was missing. Forget just the DJ Moore play that everybody's talking about. There was other stuff.
No, it was the 2 big plays down the middle. The first one to Cole Kmet that went. They didn't really go to Kmet's hands. He just threw it a little too much slightly to the right. Kmet couldn't get it. And the same thing again when they tried to run that play, but with DJ Moore.
Yep.
It was like, dude, hit your target. Then and people talked about it. His body language when he's all about
yeah, that's
there's
a difference.
Calm your nerves, you're fine.
You see the difference between obviously skill level. Caleb's one of those generational talents, but if you see the difference, like you said, in body language between, let's go to week 1, JJ McCarthy and Caleb. JJ, even after throwing the pick 6, was still trying to rile guys up.
Yeah.
All right, let's just get. Don't worry about that. What I just did, terrible. It was already having a bad game. Made it even worse. Didn't matter whatsoever when it came to JJ. When it comes to Caleb, one bad play or one bad throw, it's luckily he's not shouting like Tom.
I don't know who voted him captain, But the dude just
Yeah.
being by himself during the sidelines and not hyping up anybody or
That's an
talking
issue.
to anybody
That's
is a
going to be an
problem.
issue. That will be an issue.
Who
So
voted you captain?
I will say this, speaking on Chicago, and we'll move on. I said this. There's a Chicago fan at my job. I said because he thinks it's Caleb and Ben, which technically is right. The Bears brought Ben over to win games. If Caleb's not the quarterback to do that, which I don't think he's not, they're going to pick Ben, and Ben's going to get his guy. Caleb will be benched or traded, just so everybody knows. I believe that Caleb will turn into that guy because, unfortunately for Caleb, unlike J.J. McCarthy, how he got hurt, but he was sitting with Kevin O'Connell, understanding the scheme. Caleb didn't get the proper buildup from the Eberflus negative.
Ryan
offensive
Poles
camp.
already showed that he'll pick his coach over quarterback and get a new rookie one. So,
but
can we also say this? Like, it's real quick, and I know it's been the plague of Chicago forever. The fuck is wrong with Cairo Santos? Hit the field goal and kick that ball out of bounds, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's coaching too, though. Because if you know your kicker can't do that, that's on Ben too. But if you know the kicker can't do that,
I get it.
Out of bounds.
But don't he look? They were saying like, if you don't kick it as far as to the stands and whatever, okay, then you know how there's a territory like you have to kick it within this certain frame, otherwise you get penalized.
But
they just kick it out of bounds straight to the coaches. That doesn't matter. Like,
if you take the penalty, you still get that time. So Ben Johnson also, again, like you said, Chi-Town, that it was a learning experience for everybody, right? It was the first time they were on the NFL field in a regular season game against, giving Caleb some grace, a Brian Flores-led defense. All right. I don't know if you watch. I saw a clip. I didn't watch it, but the Manning cast. But there was 2 plays that they ran a certain defense, and Peyton Manning, which is known to, diagnose defenses, said, I didn't know they were playing man. I can't believe that they were doing this. So I'll give Caleb a little grace. I'm pretty sure if Peyton didn't know it, Caleb's definitely not ever going to know it. So,
but Ben should have, because he was undefeated against Brian Flores before this point.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But nonetheless, I do think Chicago upsets Detroit in this game. What say y'all? Yeah. Not just covers. I think they upset and beat the Detroit Lions. Because unlike a lot of y'all, I got them only winning 8-9 games. I don't think Detroit's that good anymore.
Oh, I didn't have them. I can't believe that they are now the worst team in the NFC North. That's baffling to me.
Well, from week 1, right? Yeah.
No, I don't care. Worst NFC North team.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah. That's a take that I hope it continues, because there's a genius over here. Okay. All right. Next game, Joe. Go ahead.
So the next game I have is a Monday night game. Tampa going to Houston. Baker returns home in the state of Texas. So it's going to be interesting to see. They're 1-0. Houston's 0-1. Does Houston get back on track? Can this offense get going? And does Tampa put it all together? Because during certain instances, I thought that the Tampa offense kind of lackluster. Bucky was kind of stagnant. Mike Evans, it's Mike Evans. He's eventually going to keep going. Ibuka, besides the 2 touchdowns, I think he had 64 yards. So that offense wasn't really churning as a whole, like I thought it was going to be. I thought they were going to roll the Falcons.
Yeah, you can't expect that in divisional matchups to just roll. And you saw that proven point by a lot of divisional matchups. Atlanta's their toughest competition in the division. There was too much overhype on Carolina, and for the most part, most of us know that they're going to be 0-17, the Saints.
Yeah.
So, yes, Baker being your leading rusher as well as your leading passer is not a good move. But that is an Atlanta team that traded away, again, like I said earlier, their first-round pick next year to get an extra pass rusher, so they have a big, strong front line. And I know Houston will have the same thing this week because obviously Will Anderson, Daniel Hunter is great. But we saw holes in their secondary that I do think Baker can expose.
Yeah. Possibly. We'll see.
That can.
Yeah.
I didn't say will.
And then also Houston. I love CJ Stroud. We'll see. I think Nico, the Rams legitimately knew that there's one guy we have to stop, and it's just Nico. Everybody else doesn't really matter at that point because there's no real running game. We'll see. We'll really see how good or bad or neutral Houston is because they're still not going to get the run game going. So what are they going to do about that?
Yeah.
Hey, I'll say this, bro, like because Cody's really big on how anti CD Lamb he is, and he says Nico over him. If Nico can't get these separations and get 110 himself, then I'll get the top defense, and we have questions about Nico then, buddy.
Yeah. And I got Nico in a fantasy, and he really screwed me over. All right. So
Yeah.
Imagine
anybody
having
wanna
Nico
trade-
and Amon Ra. Imagine that.
You
That
know,
was tough.
okay, so can I? Because I want to talk about one game before I hop off.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to talk about the Patriots versus the Dolphins game because there's a guy on the team that really screwed me up too, and I'm hoping he comes out. He has a pretty good game. Is Stephon Diggs? I'm hoping that we know the Dolphins are going to be bad, but we need to see the Patriots offense look like a Mike Rabel offense, which is like let's run the ball, let's see
Slash
what we can do. You smash mouth, and let's see if we can get some guys right open in the middle of the field with Stephon Diggs. You guys have some pretty good receivers out there. I mean, they made some great catches. So I'm hoping that they have a pretty good game against that Dolphins team where we know that's a pretty bad team.
So the reason I don't touch the Dolphins Patriots game as far as locks or dogs or anything like that is because Patriots haven't won in Miami in this hot weather in almost a decade.
Yeah, I was going to tell you.
The Stephon Diggs thing, I don't even think he played bad because he didn't. Six catches for 57 yards is not his fault. The second half, our Patriots sucked. They started out hot in the first half, really good. I mean, yes, they gave up that easy first drive touchdown, whatever, and then after that, they settled down. And they became the team I thought they would be, and they got that pick off Geno as well. And then the second half, there was no run. There was no, hey, Drake, be accurate, be with easy passes and build up and stuff like that.
Yeah, no easy passes. He just wanted to go 20 yards.
He was just stuck it, and it's like, Vrabel, what did we bring you for? We didn't bring you to be Gerard Mayo. We brought you to be you. So you limit my boy Travion Henderson, and then Ramondre Stevenson obviously doesn't get anywhere. Like, what are we doing? Like, we're not going to succeed like this.
And the thing is that not only that you guys, I've been hearing it a lot that people really do believe the Patriots could make the playoffs, and at the 70, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm thinking like, well, probably should have beat the We should have beat the Raiders. And if you want to make the playoffs, you most definitely should beat the Dolphins this week, right?
Absolutely.
I'll say this, and this is speaking on the Dolphins' behalf. If the Dolphins are going to blow everything up, if they lose to us, not saying that we suck, they're going to blow everything up. Because like Jose just said, we don't win in Miami. So if we do win in Miami, that doesn't even say that we're good.
I will be shocked.
Yeah, that'll actually just say that y'all guys really are. Y'all need to tear this apart.
Yeah, if we beat Miami and they blow it up, it further proves that Danny Dimes and Indianapolis Colts are overrated too. Thank you.
Where did that come from?
I'm trying to leave. I gotta go, guys.
Later, bro.
Later.
But on the Patriots, real quick, yeah, I think they just wanted to keep feeding, or not even feeding, since it didn't work with Stevenson. They said, all right, we're going to chill a little bit with Henderson, which I don't think was a good call. So hopefully they don't do that again. But Joe, you got another one for us?
And then just the last game, man, Washington at Green Bay, to see like two teams that we could possibly see contend in the NFC, because Philadelphia, they're the defending champs by all means, but they didn't look all worldly, all world beater by any means. So I feel like the NFC is open. I mean, the NFC is up for grabs. So can one of these two teams take the brass ring? And, this is going to be a big time early matchup. Michael Parsons is going to get more snaps. How is it going to be against this Washington O-line that is really questionable at heart, besides maybe Laramie Tunsil when he's fully locked in? So it's going to be interesting for a Thursday night game so early.
I can't wait to see it because especially when Cosme went out, I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, this offensive line is probably cooked." We saw a lot of pressures given, but Daniels handled that perfect. So
Yeah.
with Green Bay, we'll see. I still don't believe with Detroit and Green Bay, the Detroit receivers and especially Laporta were open on a lot of occasions, but
Yeah.
the
Pass
offensive
rush.
line led a lot. Yeah, exactly. The
But if you
pass
take
rush
Jared
did
Goff
get to
off
him.
his timing, yeah.
There you go. That's where Jared Goff is not the strongest. And the funny part is, still on the Jared Goff Detroit Lions probably falling, in my opinion, is when Jared Goff didn't have Sean McVay, he was very bad against the pass rush. Then he got Sean McVay, he was good. After he went to Detroit and didn't have Sean McVay and didn't have Ben Johnson, he was very bad against the pass rush. Ben Johnson comes over, he solidifies that, right? Even with the offensive line and all of that. So I think Green Bay pass rush is fine. I just don't think their secondary is still good at all. And Washington could carve that out, carve it up. But also, I don't think Washington's defense is good at all, in my opinion. So we'll see. But I am favoring Green Bay. Jordan Love, he got away with 2 turnover-worthy plays, I believe, especially one big one that he just got away with. But I think he'll be better against Washington. I don't think Washington.
I don't think Washington's secondary is good enough to even like make those plays. To be fair,
I agree.
So
I think Green Bay, gets it.
It should be solid. Like this is one of the games I was going to say too. It's like I think Green Bay and Washington, early on contenders, guys believe like okay, Joe. If Washington wins, then you can say top 5. But like,
sure,
yeah, like this is a game I can say that because of how solid and dominant the Packers looked against their division rival, who was a back-to-back division champions.
Correct. So yeah, where are you leaning, Joe, on this one?
I just a couple years ago, I was kind of really high on Jordan Love. In the past couple seasons, it's kind of turned the way around.
Right.
And I feel like JD5 is a guy that can lead a franchise into the promised land. And I feel like him going into Green Bay is going to be like a marquee, like coming out party to another level for him, I think.
If JD5 is able to outshine the Packers defense, then we do have to have conversations about him being an elite guy himself. Now obviously it's week 2.
Yeah.
Early on as could be, but we like to see establishment continuance and stuff like that, right? Yeah. That's why Jalen is very hesitant on putting rookies in the top 10 after 1 year. He wants consistency. And if we could say a team like Green Bay, who is obviously trying to win now, that's definitely would be big, especially with how underwhelming the roster is for Washington.
Yeah, and it's really helpful that I know it's only 1 season, but JD has seen Micah Parsons for 2 games. So at least he knows like a little bit. If he didn't like playing Green Bay, you only play them every so often, but he played that 1 season in the division. So Micah was against him 2 games. So that's going to be really helpful.
That was also with a deflated team, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll say one game that I am interested in seeing just because of the matchup is Seattle at Pittsburgh.
That was another game I thought about too, just because of the DK return, or not return, but playing against his former team.
Playing against his former team, and then also Seattle offense was underwhelming. Pittsburgh's defense was underwhelming. So I'm looking to see how that matches up, honestly.
Was Seattle's offense underwhelming or just as expected?
I think still underwhelming because I don't think anybody expected them to be a top 10. That's the underwhelming part. Sam Darnold only had JSN. I don't think anybody expected
124 of your 150. That's nuts.
I don't think anybody expected
that's crazy, but I thought JSN would have been. It was like I was like when we were talking about last year, I was like JSN as a 1. I think I was like he's gonna be fine.
Can we talk about RB1 Zach Charbonnet real quick?
It's almost there. It was I think K9 had one more snap or like one more touch.
He was utilized more in the passing game, and Charbonnet had the more effective runs. And they did it. I don't like how they did it. They did it drive by drive.
We're not even efficient in either because it was 3 catches for 4 yards and then 10 carries for 20. Like
it was. But the way it was done didn't even make sense. It's like, okay, the first drive you got it K9. All right, second drive you got a Charbonnet. I hope they figure that out because in fantasy,
Yeah, just start
pulling my-
Charbonnet. Just start Charbonnet. It
you
clearly
really
was a
want
better
that to
one.
work?
That's
No,
why I
it's
didn't
not.
even touch them in fantasy. I was like, nope, I'm not touching
K9
them.
is going to be traded and put in a better situation because he's not in a good situation right now, Milton. This is why I'm against. James Conner was injury prone when he was in Pittsburgh. When he showed up in Arizona, oh my God, miracle! He's never hurt.
Right.
What's the weather, bro? It's that weather in
It's
Pittsburgh.
the weather. It's in K9. If you can get him out of there, because he's great. Don't get me wrong. I love Kenneth Walker III. He's great. In Seattle,
The offensive line is still not great.
it's boo boo. Like if you can get him traded somewhere, oh my God! Like,
Houston should make the call.
no. Houston will be fine. I think Houston was fine with their personnel and whatever
They were doing with Nick Chubb.
Yeah, they'll be fine. The team that needs them is probably Kansas City.
Yeah.
Pacheco,
that's another cold climate probably that not be good.
But not as cold and quick and foggy as quickly as Seattle is, bro.
Yeah,
because that's the thing. Like they're foggy 9-10 months out of the year.
Yeah, always raining. Yeah.
Even with this matchup, you would think like, man, fantasy wise, Charbonnet and K9. Now we got to sit him. It's Pittsburgh's defense. The Jets ran almost 200 yards or 200 yards on.
Brees Hall decided to go off, and I decided to sit him
when I didn't pick him number 1 overall. Darn it! Dang it!
And you told me to start Brees Hall. You're like, oh yeah, don't start Jerome Ford. I thought he was gonna get the lion's share. Dylan Sampson all of a sudden. Luckily, I still won my game.
You did?
I have Dylan Sampson in like 3 leagues. I'm like, I knew where.
Yeah, I have him in the bench on 2 of mine.
I picked him up after I dropped Jerome Ford. I was able to get Dylan Sampson.
Yeah, Jerome Ford is going to be a
but I know eventually Judkins will probably take over that whole job
for sure. But fantasy purposes, Sampson's probably going to get the PPR points
for the next couple of weeks at least.
Yeah, but that's the only games that I really wanted to circle. Do you, Jose? Do you have a game you want to circle before we close this out?
Should I have anything? Okay. Did we discuss Atlanta at Minnesota?
No,
because I think that's gonna be a great game.
Offensively speaking, scoring or
I mean, it's gonna be competitive as can be. I think both teams are gonna be really solid defensively, and then the quarterbacks, these young quarterbacks, a rematch for the national championship game 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It is Michael Penix Jr. versus JJ McCarthy. So this, it was Michigan and Washington,
right?
So obviously different teams now. Actually,
of course,
are they wearing the same colors but opposite now? Am I tripping? No.
No.
The blue versus purple.
You tried it, yeah, not dark.
Yeah, that was purple versus black. Yeah. So, but anyways, no, I'm looking forward to that matchup. I think, especially after how good the pass rush did look for Atlanta against Tampa, I do want to see them test out Minnesota more and test out JJ McCarthy. I want him to be really tested. I wanted him to get his feet wet real quick so you can really get into like how far he can go throughout the season, right? You gotta test him. He can't start slow. He can't, go three quarters, and then look good. You gotta start out early, and so I think Atlanta's gonna be a good test for them. Also, not really a revenge game because Kirk's on the bench, but it is Kirk Cousins coming back to Minnesota. So
yeah, he'll talk to Kevin O'Connell. Just come on, bring me back, man.
It's like, I'm sorry, I should have never left.
Yep. That is going to be an interesting matchup just because both teams had very close victories or losses in week 1. So it's going to be interesting how they attack it.
If Drake London catches that pass, or if Young Ho kicks that ball in, like it's different story.
Different conversation. Mm-hmm. Minnesota, same thing. Some things had to go their way, some bad things on Chicago. But, of course, you got to give props where it's due on J.J. McCarthy and the offense and defense in general. But with Atlanta and Minnesota, I believe I have Minnesota winning this game.
Because Minnesota, since they're at home.
Okay, yeah.
I agree.
Speaking of, say that again real quick. Say that again. Where are they? Where are they at?
in Minnesota.
At home.
So here the skull.
Yeah, you darn Skippy.
Oh,
I got that
oh.
just in case for my hot takes if they start winning and who knows? We see them 12, 13 wins. Oh man, they're number one in the NFC. Oh, Milton. Who called that? Milton? Oh, okay, whatever. All right, guys. Well, that's the week 2 part. Tomorrow, y'all don't have to join or anything like that, but I told Jalen I'm gonna go more in detail on week 2 predictions for tomorrow. Everybody that's watching or watches this back, be on the lookout for that video. And yeah, week 1 was actually great. It was a lot of competitive games. It was, I think, 12 one-score games, which was more than last year and the year before and the year before. So that's cool. And hopefully week 2, funny enough, is more odd than week 1 because sometimes we get false looks on this team and this team. Yeah, narratives. And then week 2, it's a whole different game. So
every primetime game last week was great.
100%. And that's rare, especially Thursday night football. Everybody hates those. But I bet you they're going to ruin this time because we got 2 Monday football games. Stupid. Golly. But anyways, fellas, y'all got anything else? People that are watching.
If the Raiders upset the Chargers, then I'm back on that Justin Herbert hate.
Well, depending how they lose, right? Like, you got to. Okay.
Nope.
Well, come on, man. Whenever I was prepping for this show, I looked back at our top anytime that y'all put anything out there, I write it down. And yeah, Jose, I forgot you didn't have Herbert in the top. Forget the top 5. You didn't have him in the top 10.
Top 10.
We'll see how this season. We'll see how the season pans out because, if it continues, you're completely wrong.
And if he fails against the Raiders, I'm right.
It's just one game. I give it a couple more games, but nonetheless,
one game. He's got 6 years in.
Well, not just one game. What if that game's bad and every other game's great? Can't really. All right, whatever. Much love and appreciation to everybody that's joined, that was in the comments. Apologies if I didn't get to your comment. So sorry. I'll get back to it next time.
No, you messed up on Mrs. Joe, bro, early on, too.
I did. Oh, I did. Shame on. Put it up there next time, all right? Now it's on both of us. You saw it.
Don't put it on me. Don't put it on me.
Okay. Joe the Sports Mailman. Of course, we had Sheriff West, White T. Cody, Mr. Not Exit 7, Jose. I am your host, and we'll be back next week. Make sure you're there or be square.